Welcome, everyone, to another fantastic edition of An Educated Discussion. I'm Elmo, alongside
Felipe.
And we're here to discuss one of my personal loves, and I believe one of your personal loves as well.
Oh, yes.
The Super Smash Bros. Fighters Pass 2. And our predictions and our biggest and most grand desires for these final 5 slots for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
They're definitely taking their time with this one.
Yes, I believe they announced in December there would be an additional 6 fighters, and we have now hit the month of September.
Yep.
And we've gotten word of 1, and they said December 2021 is when we'd have them all. Obviously, COVID has probably done a great number on all, game developers and everything else.
But I mean, come on. 1 character and what are we? 9 months? Technically 10 if you count December?
I don't know what what is that team doing if they're not making Smash DLC? Like, if I were Nintendo, and I'm not, and I would make a lot of decisions that they would not, clearly, wow. But, like, what is that team doing now? What, like, I would be like, no, crank out as much DLC as you can. But I'm selfish and like that. But I would imagine this game doing gangbusters. Yeah, not Mario Kart level.
Not Animal Crossing level. Well, for this year. Actually,
it would be cool to probably look at the sales numbers.
Yeah, I forgot. But whatever, it's doing great. It's one of the top sellers for sure, and it's doing fantastic.
I'm surprised that, just considering its success, they've gone silent.
Yeah, which is sad because obviously, like we mentioned, big fans of the game, and we just want to get more. We want to play more. That's a lot of hype every time they announce a character. Sometimes severe disappointment when they announce a character.
I haven't felt that way yet.
Byleth.
But you want to buy Leth? Oh yeah, I bought Byleth. Great purchase. Maybe there should be a part where we talk about that moment.
Oh man.
And then we'll transition.
The world stopped, but not in a good way.
Well, I think what would be a good way to start this is let's talk about just a brief history of our time with Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
How did you first come to experience the Smash Brothers world?
My dad bought a Nintendo 64 for me, and I didn't have many games at the start. I think I just had Mario 64 and something else, and I don't remember it too well. But he went to a garage sale, and someone had over 25 games. Here you go. I don't know how much he bought it for, but he loved me very much, so he would have spent millions. Probably not. It's probably like $100 or something. But Smash Bros. Was in that, and that's definitely the one I played the most from the Nintendo 64. Had a lot of good gems in there.
Turok.
I had Turok because of that. I had Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat 3. Well, a podcast for another time. But Super Smash Bros. Was there, and it was great.
That sounds like a good time. That's a good memory to have.
Yeah, me and my cousins playing that nonstop, getting pro level.
Who was your main?
Oh, come on now. Kirby was my main. The best character in Super Smash 1, and to this day, actually. But
is that the tier lists, or are you saying you're just with your bias?
Is top tier. No, he's not. I'm sad. He used to be so good.
I think he's still good. Like,
he's still good, but nowhere near as good as he used to be.
There's 70 plus people. I think just to compare is always weird.
How about yourself?
Well, my original introduction to the Nintendo 64 was playing Mario 64 and then Banjo-Kazooie.
Right.
Like, to me, Nintendo was having Banjo-Kazooie on there. And I wasn't keeping up with any video game journalism or anything like that at the time. Because I was I was younger than 9 around that time.
Sounds
maybe
right.
Like 7. But I went to my cousin's house. And we lived in New York at the time. So it was quite a journey to walk there.
Okay.
Because you don't really do that.
A dangerous journey.
Where we live now. But we were walking to my cousin's house, and he picked up some, his friends were on the way. He was 12 at the time.
Okay.
And me 7 being like, all right, man, he's got friends. We're gonna play a multiplayer game. This is gonna be cool. Yeah. And I had no idea what was really going on, but we got there and we sat in front of the Nintendo 64, and there were 5 people, including me. So I just got to watch because that's what a good cousin does. He lets you not be in the main group.
Of course.
Anyway, he puts his game on, and I see Mario and Pikachu.
What?
And Link, and I'm like, I didn't know who Link's name was Link at the time. I was like, oh, they got Zelda?
Yeah.
Because I'm a dumb kid. But
that's everybody. There's some adults to this day, but good.
But I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because I was huge into Pokemon at the time too, and I'm like,
yeah.
Like my mind was just blown. And when it came my turn to play, I picked up Pikachu right away.
Of
course. I was like, oh, this is great. And then you're fighting you're fighting on like Saffron City and everything.
Oh,
and that stage is trash.
That Porygon?
I hate that stage now, but at the time, this is amazing. Playing on Donkey Kong's, the jungle. But my main, I eventually did settle with Fox.
Okay.
Occasionally going to Link, but I think that's because the immature person of me would constantly up B and go, Shah! And I'd be like, I'd do something dumb, like I would like go to my other cousins when they'd come over and I'd be like, look at this, like I'd say it, I'd have Link say like a curse word instead of me because it just sounds like he
I was
said
like,
it.
well, you're getting at there.
Or
I
I'd
guess
like,
because it sounds like something.
Or like it announces the character's name when you pick them. So you Fox, and you say you do it real quick. It sounds like saying the F word. That was that was my humor back then.
Yeah.
And but it was just like I didn't think something like that was possible. So my imagination was just like blown away at the time.
Yeah, that was my first experience with a crossover like that, and obviously that led to other games that do similar things, or even just shows in general. But crossovers are fun, and Smash does it with such a finesse.
Do you like crossovers?
Yeah.
Really? We did a whole podcast on your desire for a PlayStation crossover. So an educated fan of educated discussions would know you are a fan of crossovers.
I sure am. And
not the basketball kind.
And it's funny you mentioned the Mario and Pikachu, because that's the reason I chose that cartridge out of all the cartridges.
Oh, yeah, they're on there.
Yeah, it was Mario fighting Pikachu, and then like, oh, there's a robot out there. Looks like Iron Man, Samus.
Oh yeah,
and then
that's how I found out that Samus was a girl as well.
That's what I was going to bring up. I learned so much from Super Smash for Nintendo, and again, I was just pretty much limited to those cartridges my dad got me. That's pretty much it. I couldn't afford much other games, but I had a decent Nintendo knowledge. But Smash, especially in Melee and everything in the future, like all the trophies, I would like actually read them.
Oh yeah, it's like an encyclopedia on a disc.
And they just keep up in the ante with every iteration, and they keep adding more Nintendo history.
Well,
and it's just
spirits are different.
I don't like the spirits.
If the spirits had like those encyclopedia,
just give me a trophy. Just give me another
that's
trophy.
More work. They got to get their PNG files on there. But if they could just have descriptions with it, I'd appreciate. That's work, obviously, but I would totally like. I'm just such like I guess a fanboy for everything that they do with those games, that even like a Break the Targets would be like, oh, that's cool, I'll play this once and never again. But I'd be so excited.
Well, in that was in the first one, right? Well, in that one in Melee, we're limited on game modes, so I played Break the Targets all the time.
Yeah,
try to beat the.
I'm just saying now, but yeah, back then.
Stuff. Yeah, but yeah,
board the platforms or something. I was always so bad at them.
Oh yeah, the platform. I didn't like that one that much, but still did them.
And like I'm unlike you, I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan, and it's because of Smash. Like they had Marth and Roy, and I was like, who the heck is this? So like a few months later, I got like a GameFly account, and like I got like the first Fire Emblem they released in North America.
Okay.
And I was like it was so hard. Like it was like it felt like the first time I played a game that like was like, this isn't for kids. And I think I was in middle school at the time when Melee came out, but I was like, oh man, this is
an adult.
This is a tough game. And I had like a game. I think GameFAQs even was around back then. And I had like a guide doing like recruit all the characters.
Okay.
Like it was the first time I like dug deep into a video game. I think Fire Emblem was the first time I really did that with anything other than Final Fantasy VII. But it just so much of my fandom for the genre of video games, I believe it does come from Smash. But just so the audience knows, who are your mains after the original N64? Who were your main characters for Melee and on?
Kirby has stayed my main throughout, even to this day.
That's
he is
not true for Ultimate.
Huh?
That's not true for Ultimate.
No, he's my main. I'm not the best with him anymore, unfortunately, because they just keep making him worse. Come on, Sakurai. It's your character, boy.
Yes, get to work.
Get to work, man. You don't do nothing.
We should say like that.
That guy works way too hard.
He gives. I get the impression that the man does not sleep, and he probably deserves way more of a break than he actually does get. But he does such a good job. I want more.
Like, I do want more, but at the same time, since they did announce that this is the last thing, I kind of, for his health, hope that it is, but at the same time, don't. Maybe someone else takes over. I don't know.
It'd be cool if something like just, you would, in theory, believe he'd
just consult on it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, do you want your baby taken away from you like that kind of feeling?
But anyways, back to it. Yeah. Kirby has been my main. He's the one I can do every single move perfectly on command. Like, you tell me, hey, do this, I know how to do it. Like, I know how to, when you have something being thrown at me, I know how to counter it with Kirby. The only thing with him nowadays is he's just, man, he's got such a glass jaw. Like, you hit him, he ain't coming. I mean, he can come back pretty well, but not as much as he used to. Like, I feel like they decreased the range where someone can be thrown off the stage, and it used to be only Kirby and Jigglypuff that can really get back. Well, but now, maybe. Like, if you fling Kirby off, he's out of the screen, and it stinks. But for the most part, yeah, it's Kirby, and man, what about you?
Are you going in sequential order here? Like, is that Melee and Brawl?
I assume you just mean who your main is now.
I want to know who you journeyed with.
Oh boy. I've been prepped with this question.
Why don't you think, and I'll tell you mine.
You go.
So, Melee, Roy captured all of my attention.
Okay.
And Mewtwo. You know, I was horrible with Mewtwo.
Okay.
Because you want to talk about like glass jaws. I believe he was kind of that for some time. Maybe I'm getting the Wii U one mixed in there with my thoughts. But then we went into the Wii, and no more Roy.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Ike came in, and I miss his British
accent.
You like him? We like Ike.
Okay.
I miss his British accent so much. I don't like that. Prepare yourself. Like, I just when he was like, prepare yourself, I was like, man, this is a cool mofo. But and then I played the 2 Fire Emblem games he was in, and they do a good job of like showing like character progression with him.
Okay.
He might be the first and possibly only homosexual protagonist in a Nintendo game. It's definitely
I wasn't aware he was. I didn't know he went that way.
It's implied that he might, and it's a very slight implication.
Yeah, you don't want to hammer.
Japan can be, I mean, especially in like mid 2000s. I don't know how Japan's culturally looked at all that, but
it's still not the best from what I understand. But anyways,
okay. We are no experts on that topic.
So Roy, and then you said and then, are you still more in Melee?
So I'm giving like my top one.
Top one.
So
okay. Well,
Roy was in Melee, easier. Ike was in Brawl. Then I believe I stood with Ike in the. It's always weird because they didn't call it like with a name, Super Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Yeah.
But I stuck with Ike. But then Lucina came in, and I'm all for her in my life.
Okay.
And now I honestly think my best character is Terry. And I legitimately enjoy using Terry probably the most. I'm good with Lucina, even though playing against you, I always feel like you know what to expect. So I got to change up my approach.
We just always have a bad matchup. Like, I have someone who's like long distance or something.
It's like you always I picked Lucina. You got to have Mewtwo on me.
Samus.
Oh, God. But I did once I did well with Roy versus your Samus. And I think I like 90% of the time lose. Yeah. When it's your Samus versus my Roy. But those are some of like the most exciting, like I'm working hard.
Yeah, it's
fun.
It's tricky for sure.
I don't mind losing when I'm learning, but I believe also I'm like getting really good with Byleth.
Yeah.
I know you have thoughts on Byleth, which we should get to, but I would say my official Terry.
Okay.
That is so I went Fox, Roy, Ike, Lucina, Terry.
All right. Well,
way more varied than yours, probably.
very, very. It's Kirby the whole way. So, if I had to guess right now who my best character is besides Kirby, because again, he's just not as good as he used to be. People tell me I'm really good with Rob.
You are pretty good at ramen.
And God, who else? I'm pretty dangerous with Little Mac at times, but
God, I hate your Little Mac.
But the moment, it just depends on who I'm. Like with any character, it's who you're up against. Because if you got a character that's also fast and can throw me off the stage,
Sonic.
God, Sonic's annoying to fight, but. Yeah, you throw me off the stage, it's over. I can't get back. It's terrible.
I hate your Little Mac so much, and when I see you try to reach the stage and you fail, it's such a satisfying image. But every time you make it, I have this impression. Every time you make it, I'm like, he's supposed to suck out there. What is he doing catching the ledge?
I feel like with the relatively recent update, they fixed his jumping just slightly. It's enough to save my butt a couple times, which I appreciate, but he's still terrible.
I enjoy fighting him though in a weird way because it's always satisfying because it's one I have to work hard for.
Yeah, if you beat him, you earned it.
Mm-hmm. And we're not so good that I'm like, I'm gonna footstool you and hit you with a D-air and blah blah blah. Like, which not to mock the fan base there. It's just I'm not as well versed in it.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm pretty sure like everybody growing up with Smash. They were probably thinking they were like the best in their town or something.
I was so sure of myself.
Yeah, same here. And then one day, a buddy of mine was hosting he was trying to start like some tournaments or something up, not just with Smash, but like fighting games. And they were holding a Smash event next door, and they came by to see what the ruckus was all about because I think their stuff ended. And I actually faced a person who I don't know if he was pro or he was working on his way, but if he wasn't, man, I got whooped. But I did get one stock down. I was out of 3. It was, and I was kind of being playful. I was Peach, but I did use Rob, and I still got destroyed. So that game is fun.
Mm-hmm. I remember I went to the midnight release of Brawl, and there were people outside playing, like they were like playing it like a demo at GameStop or something, and it was like 2 a.m. It was like 11 p.m. Sorry. And there were people chanting Kirby, and I'm like, this is the nerdiest thing of my life. However, I was all into it. Like
they were smart. Who to choose? Who to root for?
I admitted how nerdy I was, and it was a great time. My dad looked at me like,
boy,
this is what my son is doing.
Boy, if you don't get into sports. All right. Well, that's our history, right?
Yeah. I think it's clear we are huge fans.
Of course.
So we're gonna have some interesting thoughts and an educated discussion on our 5 most wanted and 5 predicted Smash DLC characters.
Right.
All right, so we should start with who do we predict Nintendo will include in these 5 additional Smash Brothers DLC slots.
So the ones you think that are actually going to be on the fighter pass.
I think, this is going to be, all right, who's Nintendo going to dig up from the grave this time?
Okay.
Freaking throwing around. Number 1 predicted pick, I'll tell you this right now. And I want to know what you think the likelihood of this is.
Okay.
And we should state, this does not mean this is what I necessarily want.
Yeah.
In theory, I'd be fine with anyone because it's more content, more stages and everything.
Of course.
And as you'll probably hear multiple times, the music in Smash, as you know, is probably more of a driving force for how excited I get for Smash than the fighters themselves. I love hearing what Sakurai's composers pull. I don't know if they're actually his, but
who he gets,
the musical remixes they get.
Yeah,
I'm such a huge fan. Like banjos, they had it was the first non-Japanese composer to work on anything for Smash for the banjo remix, and then what they've done with the Fire Emblem soundtrack, and there's this one song in Terry's called Psycho Soldier. So good, it slaps. I love it. And then even the ARMS, I'm not a huge fan just because I don't have any experience with that.
Yeah,
but I'm like, it's a pretty good track here and there.
Okay.
Music's a huge deal to me, so you'll probably hear me talk about that. So just listeners,
You will not hear me talk about that.
because you don't appreciate fun. Anyway,
Okay. Well, I'm excited more about characters and music, so you tell me who likes fun more.
I love what they do. Anyway,
All right.
number one predicted spot. I'm thinking COVID made some changes in the schedule.
Okay, it definitely did.
They're gonna start our next slot, Paper Mario.
That is an interesting choice.
Why do you say so?
That's one of my choices.
Really?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about this. They're gonna throw Paper Mario October. They're gonna announce that.
Here's the deal why I think Nintendo will... What, you say October?
I say October. They're gonna reveal that.
That's possible. Honestly... Yeah,
Maybe they'll
they've
reveal
done.
some console prices for Sony as well. Who knows?
Hey, Wednesday, man. It's Wednesday. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's why I think they got Paper Mario down lock. Obviously, the game just came out. And Nintendo, they just... With their last couple of announcements, they've just been kind of boring. And I think Paper Mario will be a boring pick. But the hook with it would be, his art style.
Mhm.
His art style and his stage.
Mhm.
Which I'm not too familiar with the Paper Mario stages.
There's
'cause
already
I know...
there's a Paper Mario stage currently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's a 3DS stage originally.
Okay,
Like
well,
from
just make
Sticker
it based
Star
on
or
the new
something.
game. If you,
Yeah, Origami
'cause
King.
that's another thing I guess we forgot to mention. We're going to be predicting characters and then discussing which stage should accompany the character, like it has been in the past. But yeah,
They could just have you even played the demo or anything for Origami King, Paper Mario?
No.
I have it, the actual game,
Oh.
and I think they could probably do something really cool. It'd probably be similar to Banjo's, but that has like the 3D puzzle combat where you're rotating
Okay.
pieces on a board, a circular board.
I wasn't
So-
aware that was a thing.
So what they could do is have a stage where you're like on the battlefield for all the Paper Mario Origami King fights where it's like constantly rotating in a circle. And
Okay.
other pieces are going horizontal, others are going
Okay.
vertical, or at least if you're looking from a top-down view. They could really play with like, hey, we were in the middle of a puzzle fight in the Paper Mario stage.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and there'd be some cool like the Paper Mario Origami King has some cool soundtrack bits, and regardless of your lack of, I don't want to say appreciation, but lack of fanfare for the soundtrack, I do think that's an important part to Sakurai,
Okay.
considering the
No, it
exhaustive.
definitely is. Like you mentioned, whoever he has does do with his music. It's fantastic.
And what they did with, like, I don't know if you saw the Terry showcase where they're like, I picked 59 songs and I thought I'd get 3. I'm just doing the voiceover guy who does
Yeah.
it in English, but Konami were, that's not Konami.
No,
oh my
it's
God.
SNK.
SNK, yeah. Why
Yeah.
did I think Konami? Anyway, the SNK was nice enough to give us all of them. And Cycle Soldier. You gotta hear that
And
song.
then you got his posse in the background, like laughing.
Got their laugh track.
You're the best, Sakurai.
Arigato gozaimashita, whatever they're saying.
Yeah.
So we agree, Paper Mario.
Yeah, Paper
So-
Mario is who I have on my list as well,
Okay.
and who I predict it will actually.
I think that was supposed to
Safe
be
bet.
a July announcement or something.
Yeah, and probably to have it in time with the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, COVID was being COVID. and ruined
Must
everything.
smash, man. So since that was both our picks, should I go again? That
Yeah,
way we
go
continue
again.
the rotation. All right. Now this one, I'm feeling really good about happening.
Okay.
I think they're gonna give us Crash.
That's an interesting pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also
Oh
on
my
my
God.
list. It's almost like we think alike.
I say
Well, we'll see.
let's not go into too much detail with Crash because I think that's going to come up later.
Okay.
But do you think that's actually going to happen?
Yeah, I think it's finally going to happen.
I think that's personally one of the only picks that's like a good get. The others are kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's really cool you did that. But maybe I think a Crash is one of like the 3 that would be like the biggest
Hypes.
hype. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was me when they announced Banjo. When they announced Banjo, man, ooh,
That was
that
my-
hit, and I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. And Crash would do the same thing.
Like, I mean, I don't think it would hit me the same way just because, like I had said before, like, the Nintendo 64, like, Banjo was Nintendo to me.
Yeah, and
Crash has...
that was actually
doesn't have
was
that
one of the ones on the cartridges my dad got me. I did have Banjo, and
Duh.
I did play it. I just I guess I was too young and I was just dumb enough. I couldn't beat it.
That game is pretty rough at points.
Oh, okay.
There's like a quiz show section that, as a kid, I was like, "What the heck?"
I remember being stuck in a level with like a submarine shark or something.
Okay, that's pretty early, I think. Like one of the second or third.
I don't remember. Anyways,
just running around the main hub in the beginning.
Now I'm not too well versed in Crash, but I do know what he means to PlayStation and just to gaming in general.
I think that's the main.
It would be hilarious. Yeah, it would be hilarious if they did get Crash, because the initial commercials with Crash was bashing Nintendo a lot. You know, him with the dude in the suit with the megaphone talking, like screaming at Nintendo's offices about Mario or something. That'd be hilarious.
Do you remember the original Smash 64 commercials? It's like the mascots fighting each other.
Yeah, they were on the swing first, and then they started fighting.
And they're bringing back the Crash mascot. So just they could do like a trailer where they're all fighting, and then Crash shows up drinking like a soda or something. I don't know. And I think that'd be really cool. I'd be that would hit the nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
In a way that I would go back to that reveal way even more than the way I go back to I go back to that Banjo one every so often. Just because the way they reveal him is pretty trolly, but in a heartfelt way.
Right? Yeah. No, they trolled you at first, and then they hit you with
it. If someone's not familiar, they pretend it's Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Impersonating Banjo, and then Banjo does come out with Kazooie.
Okay, so what stage would you?
I think we would just get I don't want to say generic, but it'd just be Neo Cortex's lab, and there's.
No, I think that's what your choice would be. Again, I didn't really play. The most Crash I played actually was an Uncharted 4.
Oh God,
that was the most Crash I played. I think you should just use that main starting level everyone's familiar with, because whether or not they played Crash, they are familiar with that level with the boulder and the running. Mm-hmm. So have it be set in that environment, have a boulder in the background that potentially
that'd be cool.
Disturbs the stage in some way.
That's cool.
So that's what I would do with that. Have some Oompa Fruit doing some dumb stuff. I don't know.
No, I could definitely see boulders coming at the screen.
Yeah, and you gotta
from
go back
the
away or
background.
Something.
Yeah, like just some sort of hazard. That'd be cool. I didn't consider that.
What art style would he be in? For yours, for your pick.
For a predicted, I would imagine they're gonna do whatever he looks like with Crash 4 now coming out.
I would think they would do the remastered version.
I would
prefer him as the Crash 4 because that's the most updated look, and I like.
Does he look different?
He looks a little rascalier. Look at that rascalier. So he's like a little. I don't know. He's slimmer in the new Crash 4, from what I can tell.
All right.
But yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
Because they did do something with Banjo. His eyes are way too gorgeous with Banjo. But for the most part, it's what I remember.
He looks better than there was the. Oh God, what was it called? For the 360, they made another Banjo. It was making vehicles. Nuts and bolts. Yeah, I actually like that game.
Oh,
a lot of Banjo purists, we'll call them, dislike it.
Sure.
And I think it was definitely at the time I was I didn't know how to really build anything effectively.
Okay.
But there's some really cool concepts in there that I think if you were to take the time, to be all right, I'm gonna figure this game out, you'd probably have a ton of fun.
Okay.
It's just I think it's not what people wanted Banjo to be, so there was a lot of fighting. Some would claim it's the best Banjo game in the series, and going back to 1 and 2, I'd say that it's some good competition, if not actually the best Banjo game. But I would definitely love a redo. But anyway, Crash. I could see them doing hey, here's a prettier version of that original.
Hey, for the characters that we announced, should we do what their finals would be, or no? That'd be too much work because we didn't really think about that.
I think for some character for this predicted one, no. But we'll do that for the most wanted.
Okay, sure. All right. So yeah, that's 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
All right.
I wonder if we're gonna hit the same. All right, I'll go again.
Okay.
Now I kind of have. I don't know how you want me to do with this because I can cut someone from my predicted list, or there's a either or. I'm we either get this or this, not both. What would you rather hear? Am I gonna have to cut someone?
Let's just hear it all. Whatever.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
I think we're gonna either get, and then we don't get both.
Okay.
Nintendo's gonna be like, hey, here's your Fortnite character, or here's your Minecraft character.
Okay.
I'm not saying I would desire those. It'd probably be something cool. I think personally the music that would come with the Minecraft stage would be odd. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
a lot more ambient.
I think the Minecraft stage would be more appealing to the eye. Minecraft is also one of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then let's.
I mean,
just to have like some like differing discussion,
Sure.
I'll talk about this Fortnite one.
Okay.
As someone who's been playing Fortnite recently,
right.
and I can appreciate how big it's been, and I can see why.
Yeah.
Even though
you mostly jumped on it for the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, Marvel and being in there is why I jumped in. But there'd probably be some good little tunes. They're big on their dances in that game.
Those the taunts for that character would better happen. Would you do one character or would you just?
I think it'd be like they do
dudes?
the palette swaps.
Okay.
There's a guy named Jonesy maybe or something. I see that name sometimes.
That'd be cool. I guess
I play as Thor right now all the time. As the only Fortnite character I've played.
He won't be one of the palette
Thor
swaps.
will be in Smash. Hey, I'm almost done with She-Hulk and then Groot's next.
Okay.
But there could be probably some really cool and it would work with the Minecraft as well. But like, hey, there's a stage being built as you play because Fortnite's all like, it's not all about building, but it's a huge part of that.
That's how the pros do it.
Yeah, and whenever I play Fortnite, when I get to like the last 4 or 5, I'm like, look at all these people building everything. I'm gonna die soon.
Yep.
I'm just on the floor here hiding in a bush. They're all like building these huge forts.
Thor hiding in a bush.
Yeah, that's
sad sight.
Anyone watching me play, it'd probably be like, man, you ain't a real Fortniter. But I mean, I just want my Marvel characters. But Fortnite, I think, would also be cool though because I think it would make people way more like Fortnite's just huge.
Yeah.
So that would build, I think, the player base.
Yeah.
Maybe that would lead to a Fighters Pass 3. Because they'd be like, look at how much more.
Poor Sakurai.
Oh, yeah. Listen. Get a consultant. End it off with like, hey, here's my baby to you.
Yeah.
Sakurai Jr.
Okay.
Anyway, Fortnite would bring more eyes to the product and would get us a Fighters Pass 3.
Okay, well, equally on the other end, Minecraft also huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not the big thing right now.
It was for a while.
For a while, it still is. Like people buy that game all the time. Like it's still in the top 20 lists every month or something.
I will say though, at least where I work, which is just one school as a teacher.
Yeah.
One school of many. When you mention Fortnite, a lot of these teenagers are like, man, you playing that?
Man, how dare
you ain't playing Apex? Like it gets a lot of that, or like you ain't playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Those same dummies are still playing Fortnite on the side.
I probably got killed by them a bunch of times.
Yeah,
but
yeah, Crash. Crash also very Minecraft also very big.
It'd be another palette swap.
Yeah,
situation.
Random dude,
what would you call the character?
Minecraft guy.
There's no female?
No.
Okay.
They got blocks. I can't see nothing down there.
That's a direction you just took this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just and that my prediction also comes just from leaks, like or not leak or people with reputable. How do you say that?
Reputable sources.
Reputable sources predicting that was going to be one of them for the longest time.
I have seen some I do believe at one point there actually was some Minecraft involved in Smash in some way. Yeah. There's one leaker in particular that I do check in on once in a while, and never has deviated from that thought.
Okay.
But that's not exactly what I would want, but I could just see it happening. And it's more content, so it'd be fine. Something new to you, someone new to use.
Okay.
I think you could totally throw in some female palettes swaps there.
Yeah, not that it matters because they all look terrible.
Personally, I don't know why that pick is so boring to me because it is a huge deal.
But it would be a huge deal for somebody that's still into it, which a lot of people are.
Yeah,
there's some crazy creations in that game.
Nothing against that game. It's just when I think of something cool to add to Smash, it doesn't fit with what I want.
Okay.
and I'd still play it. I'd still buy it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I already bought the pass.
Yeah, I already got the pass. And it wasn't for that Link me costume.
Oh gosh. It wasn't for Byleth either, but
what? Maybe when we talk about Most Wanted, we should discuss that Byleth piece.
okay. All right. So
I'll go again because
I feel it's going to end up being the same.
So
based on what you said earlier,
I think Rillaboom, the final evolution of Grookey.
Dude, that's exactly
no,
what I
it's
have. Yes, it is the dude. It says, well, here's my note specifically: a Pokemon, Grass type, and I was gonna bring up the most recent iteration, which is don't tell me, it's the Galar region, Sword and Shield.
Yeah,
he was mimicking, so he helped me out. Yeah. He didn't tell me though, so I appreciate that.
Me, you're referring to?
Yeah, I think he would, because like the Score Bunny, is that his name?
Yeah, I hate his voice in the anime. Score, bunny, score, bunny.
He's just kind of lame looking. Like he doesn't.
He's the best of the evolution line. I do not like the furry look. Of his like.
Yeah, he's too humanoid, and I guess that works for Smash, but
yeah.
I mean, they can make Ivysaur.
We need some quadrupeds. We got
and then the Grook. What's his name?
Grookey?
No, but what's the
Rillaboom?
Rillaboom.
Which is who I chose as my starter. You chose the.
As a decide, I chose Sobble.
Sobble. Who? What did he turn into? I want to say Empoleon, but that's like from Black and White or
that's
something.
the other one.
Inteleon.
Inteleon.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
What a stupid looking freaking weasel lizard thing. I don't know. He was cool though. That snipe shot. Yeah, boy, I took down a lot of people with that. That game was easy. Anyways, yeah, that's actually who I have. But I do have a Slash.
Okay.
I put
Sandslash.
Not that character. I have another trainer, and this is something we've discussed.
You predict another trainer?
It would.
Okay.
So my prediction is someone from Pokemon. If they were to follow the route that they've done in the past, they would usually take one of the starters from the current generation that the game's on. So that's why I chose the Grass type, because we already have Incineroar, so there's no point in having that. And then I guess we don't really have a Water type besides Squirtle. But again, Inteleon, no one wants him. I don't even want him, and that's who I chose.
I mean, I feel like people say that about Incineroar, even though I picked him and like he was my starter in Sun and Moon.
If I had to choose, I would choose the
Decidueye.
You always say it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's how you say it. Decidueye. He's just so cool, man, and that's who I would choose. But I know that's not who they. He
got his time in Pokken tournament.
Yeah, and he was the best. I don't know. I never played it, but he was the best in that game.
He seemed cool.
Yeah, it was cool, man. That arrow. Come on.
I didn't expect Incineroar, and as that was my pick when I played Sun and Moon. Okay. Like that was like, oh, cool.
That worked out for you.
I mean, I definitely when they revealed him, that was when the Grinch leak, I believe, was rumored. Where it was like, oh, here's Banjo and all these other people that you want.
Yeah.
And like, nah, it's Ken and Incineroar. And I remember being disappointed at the time, but I believe that was like it was like a certain voice actor's final role.
Ooh,
I believe if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I believe that was like the original voice for Heihachi, and he may have passed. I should double check on that. But there was some significance.
I remember the Heihachi being thrown in there for some reason.
But he's I liked him. Anyway, we're talking about the predicted here.
Yeah. So in regards to the trainer, someone from Pokemon again. I would following what they did. It would be the Rillaboom. But we've discussed in the past, like, what if they did like another Pokemon trainer, and this time either have it be like a dark one, or maybe even like a Team Rocket, because usually to every franchise in Smash, they usually have the.
This is your predicted? Like, you think they will do this?
Well, one of these two. My prediction is Pokemon.
Okay.
How, in what form? I think ultimately it would be a Pokemon, but it would be really cool if they did another Pokemon trainer and have 3 more to choose from.
I would like that.
Yeah, and who those would be,
I have in my most wanted. There's a solution to what you've mentioned.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's the best solution, but we got to use what was in Sword and Moon.
All right, so this last one of who I predict, I can't imagine it being the same. So hopefully this is different for the listeners.
So
go ahead.
Mine is there's one I would. It's weird because this is like a kind of a want of mine.
Okay.
But there's this. Rhythm Heaven is a not well represented part of Nintendo in
Guitar
Smash.
Hero Man.
No,
Is that who you're gonna go?
No.
Oh,
Listen, and this is a personal pick. I'm a fan of pro wrestling. There's
Oh
one wrestler
my
guy,
gosh.
and there's a game where he's interviewed, and there's a part where throughout the whole like mini game that you play.
this is a prediction?
I think my prediction is Rhythm Heaven. I can tell you more details. I'll just tell you what I want because I doubt it's going to happen. What I want out of Rhythm Heaven.
Sounds like it should be in the other section, but go ahead.
No, because I have way better picks than
Okay.
this. But I think there will be something Rhythm Heaven. I'll tell you why in a second. But I totally would be like, all right, give me the masked wrestler, and every time he wins, or it could be a taunt. And I don't think you know this, but if you're a Rhythm Heaven fan, I'm gonna go wubba dubba dub. Is that true? And
What is Rhythm Heaven a genre or is it
it's
is it game?
it's a series, yeah.
Oh, I never heard of it.
It's a but what?
I never heard of it. Well, I've never
What?
made note of it. I'm sure
What?
I've heard it in
Okay, jeez.
this.
There's been there's quite a few entries in that series.
Shows. I'm not shy about it. I'm not a huge Nintendo person. Just Smash in general helps me learn. That's how I learned most of my knowledge. But yeah, I'm not big into Nintendo's stuff too much. So I've never heard of it before.
Well,
I've seen it. I'm sure I've seen. You know what? Let me Google it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, one of the reason I think it would happen is because I believe it was in the Wii U and 3DS Smash. There was like some leaked background data, and it was like chorus kids. I don't know if you ever ran into that.
I heard about
But there's
that.
like a trio in Rhythm Heaven, and it's like
never seen this.
three guys singing, and there's always been a little bit of a rumor that there was some background data for Rhythm Heaven inclusion that didn't seem to make it very far into the planning stages. And if this is Sakurai's like farewell to the series, I could see him being like, all right, let's do some of my older ideas. And it's again I think the most you see from Rhythm Heaven in Smash is like a soundtrack or two, like just a single song. So I think they're gonna throw more Nintendo at us, which is fine. It's not what I want the most, but I'd be cool with it. I think we're gonna
I've never seen this before in my life.
But when we're talking about what they add with it, I think that series has so much. It's a rhythm game, so there's so much music they could pull from that there'd probably be some cool pieces there, and I could see some of Sakurai's team being like, "Oh, this would be fun to work with."
Okay.
And again, it's another Nintendo franchise that's not been represented on the Switch yet, so it could set up like a volley for later in their release cycle. And for a stage, they could do like there's always like these remixes that does all the mini games combined.
Okay.
And it would just have you like fighting as those mini games were happening in the background.
Okay.
I could imagine it being like the WarioWare stage.
Just random stuff happening.
Yeah.
And switching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I not saying this is what I want the most, but I would be fine with that pick, and I can
probably
see
would
it happening
as well, just because it's something different. It's not another Mario, like Paper Mario.
And it's another genre not represented in Smash.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that. I probably wouldn't like it, but I wouldn't be offended like I was in Byleth. Anyways, so for my next character, this is also based on just leaks and leaks and leaks and just a whole bunch of random people discussing it. So I'm not too familiar with it, but this guy comes straight from Super Mario RPG. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. The guy,
Some guy named Gino. Some puppet looks like he belongs in PlayStation 3's Puppeteer.
So your final prediction is some guy named Gino.
Some dude named Gino from Super Mario RPG.
I own that.
would not know enough about that game. I do not know anything about
I
that game.
own it on the
to
Wii Virtual Console.
choose a stage. But go ahead.
Sorry,
I'm done.
I own that on the Wii Virtual Console, but never played it.
Okay.
So my knowledge of Gino is incredibly low.
But, I looked up images of him and...
There's a lot of fan
seemed-
mods, I'm sure.
Oh, probably. He looks like he would fit in there pretty good. Don't know what his power set would be, but...
I think he's got guns or some form of a gun. His neutral B would probably be him shooting sun.
Yeah, just something different. I mean, because, that's just been a rumor for a very long time, so I'll go with that. Like, another rumor was freaking Captain Toad, but I don't want that. But I could see Nintendo doing that just because, hey, we already have 40 people from the Mario franchise. Let's add another one.
The situation with Nintendo here, though, is honestly, I think they do such a good job in general that even a non-exciting pick would still be like, oh, that's cool. Like I trust them to do something cool with anything they put
I will
in.
agree with that. Yeah.
Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
That character's cooler than you would imagine.
Way better than
originally.
He should be.
So before we get into our most wanted, I think just for the sake of our audience,
okay,
Byleth reveal. I want you to spill your tea about that situation. What were your?
It's not a very full cup of all this tea. It was little drops. Man, wasn't he? Yeah, he was the end.
He was the final.
He was the end
reveal.
of the first Smash Fighters Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, come on. Oh yeah, whatever. I mean, you're following up with Banjo and all these
and Terry
and
which anyway.
Who I'm not a fan of, but someone different. I just hate that he looks like Ken with a hat. But whatever, he plays completely different, so that's fine with me. You end with Byleth? It was already a joke to everybody in the Smash community. There were like memes of terrible Photoshop jobs of the cover saying like Super Fire Emblem Bros, Smash, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. There was just already too many Fire Emblem characters, and the one thing with the Fire Emblem franchises, they all look similar with different hairs, but I mean, really,
Byleth's a little more green.
Sure, mm-hmm. But it more green. What his hair, her hair,
mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
I mean, but then there is some palette swaps that make sense storyline wise that go with more green.
That's fine.
Anyway, that's
just the fact that they added another Fire Emblem character, which, for all intents and purposes, is not the biggest franchise here. It is getting big now, especially with that Three Houses. It got a lot of good praise.
That's one of my favorite games of last year.
Yeah, well, you can be wrong.
You haven't played it.
You can definitely be wrong.
It's Harry Potter, Game of Thrones. It's great.
Two franchises that I don't think should cross over.
I mean, listen, Harry Potter, X-Men. Harry Potter X-Men made pretty much my hero.
That's fine. I'm not going to talk trash about a game I haven't played. Well, I can, actually. That game sucked. Now, anyways, just, you already had a lot of Fire Emblem characters. And
mm-hmm.
to their credit, they did a decent job of, towards the end there, switching them up a little bit. You had Robin, who was actually one of my mains in this. Different enough from...
You're pretty good with Robin.
Yeah. And then they had Corrin,
mm-hmm.
another sword user, but is it dragon also? I'm not sure.
Got no shoes.
But then you got,
Corrin's
for example,
cool.
Lucina and Marth. They're the same character. They have slightly different variations. I believe Lucina like charges forward instead of up. I'm not really sure. I can't think of.
There's some storyline reasons that make some sense as to why she would play like Marth.
Sure, but who cares?
She's so cool, and I think if you're listening to our Last of Us,
I was fine with everyone they had until they had to add another one, mm-hmm. and the fact that you end such a solid Fighters Pass with the first one with Byleth, what a way to! I mean, okay, I guess to put this more into perspective, where I work, there's a lot of Smash fans.
Mm-hmm.
We were all playing this game
all
non-stop.
5 of you.
No, yes,
that's not a huge.
It's huge for
selection of human beings to judge something.
It's fun to have just 2 people playing. So
mm-hmm.
when you have 5,
yeah,
it's fun. And at one point, there was like 8 people in the lobby. I don't know how many people you can fit in the lobby. As max as you can get, it was full. Okay. Regardless. The moment Byleth was announced, no joke, no one has played since. It was such a downer to everyone because we had like a little Facebook group and everything, and they would like get hyped with new announcements and just post insulting stuff in the
mm-hmm.
group a lot. But it was just fun, and then she came out. Man, it ruined everything. No one plays that game no more because of the downer that they were. And
that seems silly though. Like
it is. I was hurt with that announcement, but I would still want to play. And then it was such a downer to everybody that they just weren't really motivated to come back. They found other games and stuff because they were all hyped up for this announcement, and then you announced that as the end. They should have announced Byleth as the beginning.
I agree.
To Fighter Pass 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think Arms would have been a cooler end than it would be to the beginning of Fighter Pass 2. But, well, first of all, Byleth shouldn't even be in this game. But he is, so whatever. But don't end with her.
I agree that Byleth should not have been the ending. However, as a huge Fire Emblem Three Houses fan,
okay,
and as a huge fan of that soundtrack, what we got out of Byleth being added, I have gotten only positive from it, and I enjoy playing as Byleth.
The one on the planet.
I enjoy that soundtrack is something I was grading to that soundtrack at points, and I'll be honest, when they revealed Byleth, I was like a weird oh geez, the internet's gonna be really mad at this one. But personally, right. I was like, okay, honestly, and this is why I think it's a shame that Smash doesn't do, and this is just a me deal, and I'm sure it's for others, but it's a shame Smash isn't just doing more costume packs or soundtrack packs. I would spend money on, hey, we're gonna add this some Mario Odyssey songs. We're gonna add some more. We're gonna add some Fire Emblem songs. I would pay some serious money on just more songs for that soundtrack. I love what they do with it, and I love fighting to specific songs. Even though they messed up that one song from Pokemon Sun and Moon with the rival, and they made a remix that's not as good as the original. He's covering his face. Oh, that'd be a good. Anyway, Byleth, I agree, should not have been the finale.
Yeah.
But I was pretty okay with it. However, I do wish they had done a Pokemon deal where Byleth was in the background and you had the three protagonists. If you've seen the cover of Three Houses, there's the girl and the two guys. I think it'd be cool if it was a Byleth's in the background like Pokemon Trainer, and Down B switches between the bow user, the lance user, and the axe user. I think that would have been cool, and I think it would have satisfied a lot of vroom. I would think it would have satisfied some of your negativity because it was three completely different looking people, all with very different weapon styles. Because even though Byleth has got more of a chain whip sword, kind of like Ivy from Soul Calibur, it's still a sword. They threw in the lance and the bow, but I think it would have been really cool if they did a Pokemon Trainer, but it was the Three Houses.
Still would have been upset that it's
house
another.
Leaders.
Not only would it have been another character, that would have been three.
Oh, I would have been so happy. I don't want to clap on the mic, but I want to but it would have been three unique people. It would have been three very unique looking people. Plus, as Hispanics, one of them has a darker complexion, and and I don't know, that doesn't go 1-to-1 with ethnicities and everything.
Hispanic in Japan, all right.
But there is a serious lack of Hispanic representation
that's why Blue Beetle was
all video games and all media, really.
He was my
outside of Mexico, I feel. But he's not actually Hispanic, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. But he's tan.
Sure.
And we don't got many tan people. You got a Splatoon costume and maybe Ganondorf.
Hey, Fat Albert with Little Mac,
Oh yeah.
Well, he's not.
Doc Lewis is his name. Doc Lewis. Anyway, we're gonna, I say, move on to our most wanted.
Sure.
Now that the audience has a better feel for what our mindsets are.
Okay. All right, so for this next section, it's going to be who we actually want.
Yeah. This is where we get selfish.
Yes. And keep in mind that with the majority of my wants, I know there's no way they will be in this game.
Okay.
Just based on the rules Sakurai has set himself in the past, there's no chance of any of these characters. Well, you know what? There's a chance. No, for a couple of mine. My bad. Yeah.
One or two.
I still don't think it's gonna happen. I guess there's a chance for two of them.
Okay.
But
just thinking, there's got to be at least one that.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so for the
real quick,
go ahead.
I will say mine. I think are unbelievable. They're not going to happen, but they're way more likely than yours.
Well, how would you know? You never seen mine.
I'm predicting one of the people on your list. That I'm just like, that's not gonna happen.
This is what I've been talking about forever.
It'd be kind of cool. It'd be really cool, but I think
So cool.
I think it breaks some rules that it busts wide open.
Busted wide open.
That which is not an appropriate reference.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, would
supposed
you,
to be a family. Oh, they don't know what that
This
is.
is an
You bust the
educated-
door wide open.
It's an educated discussion,
Yeah.
sir. You have to know about that side of the world to
That's
be
true.
educated.
Yeah, you gotta be educated.
Yeah. So, who's your first pick here?
Okay, so for the first one,
And I want
It's
to hear
a-
the stage too.
yeah.
Give me the
Okay,
details.
so I guess to cheat a little bit on the first one, I've already said my first one, who I want. It was one that I mentioned on the predicted. But I also...
Oh my god.
What?
Just go. I know. Is it Crash?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's on my list.
Okay, that's got to be the last one, right? That we can't do that anymore.
I don't think it will match anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way.
I swear,
All right.
listeners, this is not
We didn't-
planned.
Yeah, we didn't discuss. I don't know what your list is, and you don't know mine.
Okay, I guess we know
Well,
that
we know
Crash is
we know
the same.
Crash is shared.
Okay, so I guess just going back to it, Crash. I actually want that. I think Nintendo will do it, but I do really want Crash. And again, I don't have any attachment to that franchise too much. But man, imagine this, listeners. PlayStation All Stars
Oh my
1
God.
was not able to get Crash. Man, if
That was a
Nintendo,
blow.
if Nintendo can get Crash, the people who were antagonizing Nintendo in the beginning, man, what a win that would be. So that is who I truly want, just to stick it in PlayStation's face so they can try hard. And I love PlayStation a lot more than Nintendo, but they gotta try harder
You love
on
it
that.
so much you never got the Crash Bandicoot trophy in Uncharted 4.
What is that?
There's a trophy for doing really well when you play when.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't played Crash, so I was terrible in that section.
I have more of a history with Crash Bandicoot than you.
Okay.
I even played some of the like trash Xbox 360 ones that are just like, what is
Gosh.
Mind Over Mutants or something weird. I bought the remakes.
You
I've
got the Insane trilogy?
yeah. I've
Oh.
also played more than a decent amount of the redo of the Crash Tag Race, not Tag
The
Racing.
racing? Team
Yeah,
racing.
the Crash
Team
the
racing.
Crash Racing, whatever it
It's
is.
team racing, isn't it?
I just all my
It might not be.
all
I
my
might be
Switch
wrong.
games are digital, so
Okay.
I just see Crash and I go.
Okay.
They were doing really well with some features. Anyway,
So yeah, so okay, so that was
I
also
have
yours.
more of a history with Crash
Okay,
than
which
you,
is
and
probably why you would want him
yeah,
as well.
and I think to fill that your perspective and mine of Smash is almost like an encyclopedia of gaming at
Yeah.
this point. Crash should be in there.
Okay.
He is an icon of a other time, but of a time that I think is very
Well,
important.
I mean, yeah, of another time, but I mean, this is his time right now too.
Eh,
He's back, dude.
I mean,
He's
not-
got the Insane trilogy, which did well. Team Racing, which I heard there's some problems with, like DLC or something like that, but the actual
I
game
think
is
the
fantastic.
microtransactions.
Yeah,
and,
that's something like that.
You just don't buy
And
it.
then, of course, the new one that comes out, which, believe it or not, I haven't seen anything on. Like, I saw the announcements, but I think I missed that presentation when they first announced that gameplay trailer. So I haven't actually seen much
seen
on
some.
it. Just some screenshots. And this is his time.
Mhm.
And I think he's going to do well. If this game does well, Crash will be forever, like, staying.
I think it's not that you're overselling his popularity now, but I think the world is just so much. This is a weird. I don't know if I'm phrasing this right, but the world is just so much bigger. That
Oh, of course.
now than it was then. There's
There's
so
bigger
much.
characters in Crash, but
There's just so much more media out there that Crash just does not have the same pull as like a Fortnite or a Minecraft.
no, I know that. I'm not, I'm aware that.
He's an icon, but I think that's a '90s pull you're doing.
Sure.
Still.
I guess. But he belongs in this game.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, I think he belongs in this game more than a Fortnite would. I know Fortnite is more popular and would probably do really well for Smash, even though it's doing fantastic already. But then another.
They got Travis
subject
Scott
matter.
concerts in there. Jesus. There's another concert they're doing. I
It's
forget
lit.
who it was.
I think that's him.
Yeah. Anyway, what I want though with Crash is I want a Coco swap. Like
Okay.
you switch the costume and
Didn't
it's
they
Coco.
just announce something for like a female?
Yeah, there's I don't know. Maybe you want to look that up yourself. It's a nice surprise, but
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what this is.
I believe it's already confirmed you can play as Crash or Coco, and in the Insane trilogy you can swap between the two as well.
So the one that I saw a screenshot of, that was Coco?
She's Crash's size and is blonde.
No, it was
That's
tall
something
one.
else. Yeah, there's another character
okay.
they announced, but in
As playable?
yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
Probably only in certain levels because she's like bigger than.
All right, so Coco
Crash.
and Crash swap. That would be cool.
Yeah, I think that should happen.
Okay.
They can play so closely together in their respective games that the swap could work. And plus, I'm always a big fan of throwing some female representation in here.
Yeah, I mean, going back to one of my mains, Robin, I only choose a female Robin. I can care less about that dude.
I use female Byleth.
Yeah, well, that's the only... Again, that would be the same thing. If I cared about that character's existence, I would choose the female.
But I use the Edelgard colors.
Sure.
Hey, listen, Harry Potter,
You're a wizard.
Game of Thrones. It's
Jon
a
Snow.
good combo. Anyway, and I'm a teacher, so being a teacher in that game
Of course.
was cool.
I gotcha. I
It hit
understand.
it hit a weird
No one else
like
does, but I understand.
it hit a good part of my heart. Anyway,
Okay, so that was
Stage.
our first... Well, we already discussed it.
well, but let's do a little more detail on here because before I was trying to undersell it and being like, there's just a Neo Cortex stage, but
You want carts racing in the background, huh?
that'd be cool. But I think that would not be a good representation.
Sure.
I think maybe in the background there's just a cart being unused. You could pull
Yeah,
that.
it crashed or something.
But what I want,
Crashed?
what I actually want for a stage is I think you do Neo Cortex's lab. I didn't consider.
That's the dude with the head.
Yeah, the huge head. I feel like a dummy for not thinking of the boulder coming at you.
Oh yeah.
And I think there's a way to pay homage to that without making that the whole stage. Even though
I assume he's a scientist. Doesn't he like open worlds and stuff? What if he's like
Yeah.
shooting lasers and like the boulder comes and he shoots it before?
yeah,
hits
that
the
it
stage
could
or
work in there. I wish I had thought of that myself.
something? Okay.
But you throw Smash is so good, especially with the DLC of like, even though the Three Houses one's like a little like bare bones looking, they're really good at like, hey, look at these characters in the background.
Yeah, I remember the background characters. I'm sure this is important to someone who cares.
Yeah.
Which is very little people.
When I see Athena on Terry's, Psychos.
Athena,
Anyway,
God of War.
that's the first video game to have a lyrical song in video game history.
What?
The first song to have lyrics in a video game was the Psycho Soldier I have mentioned a few times before. Important part of video game history. No, with Terry.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, she's not from that game. You can use her in some of like the...
Wait, she said Terry.
Okay, I'm just saying one of the songs that came with Terry,
Yeah.
there's a good video game history moment in
okay.
there.
Okay.
That SNK allowed to be used in the soundtrack. And they made a remix for it. So I was like, that's a really cool part of history.
That's cool.
And there's some great tracks that could join Crash here. And in the background, you got all the villains like shooting at you or whatever.
Crash?
From Crash, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Dingo Dial,
Sure.
Dr. N. Jin. And you could throw in some of like the like little enemies and
Okay.
coming at you.
I agree.
I think there's a lot of room to play with if you do the lab of villains,
Sure.
and I would totally be a huge proponent of that happening.
Okay, Professor. Okay, so for my next pick, this was one I guess could potentially work. I don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
But it would, because
what
it
is
does follow Sakurai's rules of,
All right.
like, it has to originate with the video
Alright.
game.
And it better not be someone on my list.
Oh, God.
Oh, I doubt. I can't imagine this.
Okay.
There's one. No, with the way you're describing it, there's no way that
Okay.
it matches.
I have Sub-Zero on my list.
Okay.
Is he on yours?
No.
Oh, see? Right there.
That's a
There you
good
go,
pick.
listeners.
I'm okay with that pick.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I could see that being possible.
Yeah, I mean,
Not as unrealistic.
original video game character. I know that if they were to choose someone from Mortal Kombat, like I think I've said also in the All Stars podcast, they would choose Scorpion because he's more their boy. I don't know why. Sub-Zero is so much cooler.
I do
Literally. 'Cause
enjoy.
he's ice.
I do enjoy that Mortal Kombat 9. Every time you press start, it's him punching Sub-Zero just to annoy you.
That like hurt my heart every time. I didn't even want to press start, but I had to play. I pressed X, and he still did it. Jerks.
And X is blue, or Cross is blue. On Sub-Zero.
Yeah. But anyways, I would prefer Sub-Zero.
There's already a freezing mechanic as well, so that could work.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's some freezing. You can do the slide like across the stage. It would be cool if you can do that the ice clone. That would be cool. Just like a little trap, like a mine. You can do a lot of cool stuff. The stage that I would choose for him,
Yeah, you gotta be careful here.
I know that's the thing.
Smash has rules.
I would do the acid pit and then have the acid work as it does in the Samus stage.
Okay.
Yeah, like it just burns you or whatever.
It could also be like kind of like just a water effect, a poison water. I can see that working.
Yeah, but I guess to avoid that, if you really want to not have skeletons on hooks and stuff in the background, you can just do the normal Mortal Kombat stage. Just a little tournament area and have the monks in the background and potentially, or even the bridge with like Blaze and someone else fighting in the background.
It'd be cool to see like the silhouettes of MK characters fighting in the background.
That would be cool.
I
just thought of this.
What?
There's got to be at some point, if you do something right, Toasty comes up.
Okay.
That would be cool.
What would his final smash be?
Oh, we're discussing smashes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna do it
I
for
said
Crash.
let's do that for our...
That's
we
right,
did
I
not.
forgot.
We can go back.
can go
But
back.
tell me about Sub-Zero here. We're going to forget to go back.
Yeah, we're going to forget. Crash throws a womba food at somebody. And that's it.
It's about the crates.
Sure. Yeah.
The crates all fall on you. Like when you miss
all
crates
the characters go in
original.
crates, and he spins and breaks them. They all die. They all get hit off the stage. Sub-Zero is hard because obviously it's a very M-rated game, so it would have to be
round and round she goes, like with the skeleton rip and the break the ice.
Buster Wild.
I remember. Those were good times. Those were good times.
MK9, man.
2000,
No one knows what we're talking
2011.
Okay, so
Final Smash.
He's got the Smash Ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You press B. You hear the beginnings of a fatality. Dun-dun-dun. Or what? How does it go? Can you do it?
Dun dun dun.
Sure.
Maybe that's from MK9.
They change it all the time, but everyone knows once you hear it. Maybe have the classic fatality. Dun-dun-dun. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. That sounds terrible, probably. You do that, the screen gets a little dim, and then it cuts to like a cutscene of him. This is tough. I don't want to make it super mature, but I say he somehow punches up, like an uppercut, right? They all shoot up, so I guess everyone in the cutscene is close together. He has a big enough hit that they all fly up. He shoots at the ground a whole bunch of spikes of ice. That's one of his famous fatalities, at least from the first couple of them. I'm pretty sure. Maybe MK3 actually, whatever. Instead of them falling and impaling and have blood squirt out everywhere like it does in the original game, as they fall into it, the screen cuts to black.
Now I will say in Joker's,
And then you hear fatality.
in Joker's Final Smash, they replaced the blood with sparkles, so you could do something with that as well. It's worth considering.
Or maybe as they hit the spikes, you know that effect when you hit someone off the screen and it's like that glow, like that spark of energy. Maybe they just burst into energy once they hit it instead of blood.
Okay.
And then it can end with him doing his pose, and then it's with the one hand up in the air.
The audience is getting a lot out of you actually doing the pose right now.
No, I did the pose. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that would be cool. And then you just hear fatality or Sub-Zero wins or something. Maybe they can't say fatality because that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
But maybe like flawless victory or something.
They've got. Would you have that voice or would you have the Smash announcer say it?
Ooh. It depends on his performance. That's smart. I didn't think of that. No, I think you'd have to go with the original. The original voice.
I would personally keep it with the Smash guy.
Yeah, I guess
Xander
he is the
Corbus? Maybe that was his name. Anyway.
I
Just if anything, you
apparently.
can get that reference when you win with Sub-Zero. And
Yeah, they're still ties together. Okay.
Sub-Zero wins.
So that's my
Okay.
choice.
That's your number 2.
Who I want. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. Let's
All
hear
right.
it.
I'm gonna go in order of
Order?
how much. Are you making a
I'm making a
PS4
No.
release reference.
I have a feeling I know who one
Monster.
of yours is just because you mentioned it in the past.
All right, I'm gonna go with this one because I
Okay.
feel like I have the least to say about it.
Oh, sure. That's great for a podcast. Go ahead.
Rayman.
That was almost one of mine.
Okay,
But
it wasn't.
He wasn't. No.
Like, to me, Rayman is another, like, of my childhood, and that's not, and it was a game that, like, I could never beat, but, like, in my childhood, Rayman was, like, a significant part.
Okay.
That first Rayman was rough. I've gone back to it, like, in the past. I'm like, I still suck at this. But those newer releases, Rayman Legends and Origins,
Yeah.
probably one of the most beautiful art styles
Oh, yeah.
in video games right now.
Which is the one you let me borrow? Was that Origins?
Pretty
What
sure
was
it
the first one?
Origins.
Okay.
Yeah, because
That was
Legends
good,
gets
man.
more into like the music part of it,
Okay.
and you know how I am about music.
Sure.
There's like,
You said you hate it.
there's what I would. It's just that's like a video game icon to me.
Yeah,
so I want
agree.
to see him in there, and not don't give me the Rabbids.
Oh, no.
I almost put the Rabbids on my
I almost
predicted
did too.
list.
Yeah, same. I'm like, nah, no one wants them.
This I could see it being cool because they did the Mario and Rabbids. I beat that game. That was pretty cool. You could just throw Peach Rabbit on there, and it'd be
You're
funny.
sucking for Nintendo stuff, as
Who?
I am for PlayStation. You, Mario and
I mean, it's a
Rabbids?
good game.
Yeah, I hear good things.
But there's no way I would be satisfied with a Rabbids over Rayman choice.
No, of course.
And
Yes.
I think you get I think it's called the Gibberish Jungle. You just have like that, like it's
That
just a
as a stage?
forest. Yeah.
Okay.
And you just have like I think they're called lums or looms.
Yeah, looms.
So they're just in the background
Bouncing,
playing
hopping
around.
around.
Everyone's playing, having a good time. Yeah.
Doesn't it do like noises?
Yeah.
I think there's something else.
Like they do that kind of. Like
That's perfect.
I
that
would-
actually is exactly what I remember.
I would love to hear like what they could do with some of those sound effects, the composers. I also think Rayman, there's his moveset would be doable.
Yeah.
Helicopter, tear.
Come on, so easy.
Yeah.
Sakurai wouldn't have to work as hard.
I guess he
Let it
would
happen.
be similar to Arms in a way with like some of his punches because he has the distance. He has no arms, so it's just floating hands. And one of his moves is like a wind-up punch.
It. Yeah, you're right.
That
I
would.
forgot about that.
So and I think the amiibo, because they would make an amiibo, would be difficult to figure
Don't
out.
have it clear between the.
Yeah,
thing,
that
you know?
smarter people than me could make that look good, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Rayman would be not on Banjo levels, but it would be like for me that's like it fits in the puzzle piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a Rayman spirit in the game as well.
Yeah.
That I'm
yeah, I
saying,
remember
is this
that too.
what the heck? And there was some like rumor about he's stuck in the ice or something. I don't know if you saw that.
I heard about.
Like nonsense. I guess
And
I
the
haven't paid.
Battlefield stage
Yeah,
or
I haven't paid too
something?
much attention to it, but that'd be if they wanted to make a stupid reveal and the ice breaks on that stage.
Sub-Zero.
Oh, Sub-Zero breaks out Rayman.
Okay.
That you know
Yeah.
what? Nintendo, we're available for hire.
Yeah, man.
Sakurai, we don't speak the same language.
There's no bigger Nintendo fan than me.
Yeah, and there's no bigger check you'll be receiving if you were to follow our ideas.
Yeah.
But Rayman is a vital piece of the encyclopedic video game set of knowledge that Smash brings,
Okay.
and and Ubisoft with all its stupid not political, but like the nonsense going on with that company right now,
Yeah.
like. They need like something wholesome and not just open world killing people, and they need to announce a Rayman. I need another Rayman in my life.
That would give him some goodwill for sure, and it would spin things positively.
Not that ugly Prince of Persia. I don't know if you saw that. It looks a little rough. That'd be an interesting pick. Prince from Prince of Persia on there.
He fits in All Stars better.
Did you have him on your All Stars list?
We mentioned him slightly for a second.
And then
We
we
were
just-
like, we don't know who else. I'm like, I don't know, Prince of Persia. You're like, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think.
Something like that.
Anyway, I think he's important enough to some elements of video game history. Anyway, we're talking about Rayman here.
Yeah.
The true Ubisoft legend. Is
Sure.
it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
I think I always say Ubisoft. I've heard
I say
Ubisoft employees say Ubisoft.
Okay. I feel like
Just
I've heard
Ubisoft
both.
sounds cooler because when
No,
you
Ubisoft. Anyway.
Ubisoft sounds cool.
No.
because it's you, like yourself.
Soldier Boy,
Like,
you.
I bet sure. Another terrible reference.
We're really dating ourselves.
Yeah. Weird 19.
Born in 2019.
Yeah.
You know, we're young.
Yeah.
But
No.
just give me Rayman.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's a solid pick.
And with his final smash, I would I would just have like there's those levels where it's like moving. I don't know if you remember. There's like the running levels where you have to just survive and make it to the end. It's almost like auto scrolling.
I remember him sliding down a lot, a lot of platforming. I just remember, like you said, being very beautiful, and it was actually a good game. I'm not a huge platformer person for the 2D ones or whatever side scrollings, but they nailed it.
But
God, it's so good.
That and those Donkey Kong games are like those newer releases. I'm like,
that's what I hear.
This is fun, but.
So, what would you say the final smash?
I would just have like, and there's a few different things you could do, but I think something with the auto scrolling. That's just for me. That's what I like. The most fun I've had with Rayman recently is like the levels where it's making a song and you have to like jump to the beat and everything.
And that was a new one, right? Legends?
That was in Legends. I don't think you played Legends.
No,
I played that on my Wii U.
Oh boy.
I want something with that where it's making part of like a soundtrack as you're jumping through and. Maybe you're jumping.
That's a final smash, though?
This is my pick. This is my
how would that
one.
work?
He's just jumping on them and they die when the auto scroll gets past them.
Okay, sure.
And they've already got the auto scroll technology with that garbage Pac-Man level.
Okay.
There's the level with like all those weird, ugly houses. I'm sure it's a reference to something.
I don't choose that. Though. And if I do, it's
like by accident or random.
it's the Battlefield. I don't play the normal ones.
Or you could just do something with like, there's like those oddly well endowed women pixies or whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You do something
hot.
Yeah. I mean, not my cup of tea, but you got some teacups to fill because that whole Byleth situation.
Sure.
All right, you're next.
I need a bigger mug. All right, so for my next character, who I want, this is the one I'm pretty sure you can guess.
You're putting this one out now?
I'm putting it out now, just because the one I'm ending with is actually one I don't think you're ever gonna guess.
Okay.
But I feel like you would be able to guess. I don't know.
Well, I don't know why I'm stressed. Like I'm kind of stressed out about this.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Who you?
You know who this is.
I know.
Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, come on, man. His moveset writes itself. I know.
They already have his moveset. It's just Lucario.
Yeah, but this is so much cooler, man.
Oh, you want Frieza's brother cooler?
No, get out of here. I always say cooler, and I know that joke's coming, and I always I forget that's coming when I say cooler. I'm like, oh, darn it, I said it. Yeah, Goku's who I've wanted in Smash forever. He does not. He would, like you said, break everything. The traditions.
He does not.
He does not fit.
Okay.
In the I was trying to change my sentence. He does not fit in what Sakurai has created. He's, I think, specifically said his name that he will not happen. I'm pretty sure there's quotes of him saying, people like Blank and Goku are just not going to be in the game because they don't originate from video games. Mm-hmm. And although they have video games, they just use anime. So ultimately, I know this ain't happening, but man, it would be so cool if they...
It'd be cool. I think you run into problems like... And I know you don't particularly like take it into too much consideration, but like, what would you do with the music there? Like that's they don't even know. They don't even use that music. They've pretended that music doesn't exist.
The theme song for Super, banger.
It is, but it's
so good.
I think the licensing for that would be weird.
No,
I can't get no satisfaction.
Oh, yeah.
Is that part in there?
Wait, no. What's the breakdown part? There's that part where he starts fighting with beers. But there's the words.
Are you talking about the Japanese or the...
No, in English. No, in Japanese.
I'm not even up to that part, but I've heard the song enough times. Because I'm like, it's a good song. I'll play it sometimes, but it's a good song.
Man, it's so good. Yeah, that, and then, that... Chala, chala. Mm-hmm. But if they remix that, come on. You know that the Smash gods at the talent at the music studio have the talent to fix it.
I think the licensing there would be weird.
Don't care. That's why I said it's not happening. It's my pick.
But you seem to imply that there are more insane picks coming.
Well, no, just one that because I've talked about Goku since.
I was waiting for this one.
Yeah, I've talked about Goku forever.
I would be cool with it personally. Goku's not my favorite character, so I would want someone else. But that wouldn't make sense. You would get Goku.
You would get Goku. You're not gonna get Yamcha.
No, but
Wolfang Fist.
Every video game makes the Wolfang Fist way too cool, and it's made me like Yamcha way more than he deserves, probably.
I don't know.
But
how do you get them scars on his face?
No, I don't even want Yamcha. I would want Future Trunks.
Yeah, that'd be a cool pick.
Plus, they love their swords. He's got a sword. Boom.
No, that's why. No, that's
give him
a
counter for down B.
Trunks.
Just make him.
No, there's enough sword people. Get Goku. We only have one Lucario and one Mewtwo. Get Goku. You'll charge the Kamehameha, whatever. Final Smash. You gotta do the Spirit Bomb.
I mean, there's the Ultra Instinct. You do the Ultra Instincts.
It's not.
There's a song with that too, isn't it? You played. Yeah. Okay, if they played that, I've not heard it yet because I'm not up to that. But if they played that and it was his final smash and it showed him glowing, see, you're making faces. I'm making
faces because that would be so hype. But it's not classic to who Goku is.
I mean,
that is only recent.
Could be like another charge.
Spirit Bomb he's done since. Didn't he do it a little bit in Dragon Ball?
No, because he learned that from King Kai.
Yeah, you're right. Since Dragon Ball Z,
he's gonna have a Kamehameha.
Maybe Super Saiyan could be down B, and or you know what? No, it can work like a Joker's thing where it's a meter where he's constantly like saving, and eventually he fills that up and he can turn Super Saiyan. He gets super powerful for a few moments.
I think what would work best, and he's already so much like Lucario in my head, but have it be like the more because Goku never starts at full power because he's an idiot. So have it be and Lucario, as he takes more damage, he gets stronger. So you could do that with Goku, like as his percentage goes up, he goes Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan.
Oh wait,
God,
does he automatically do it? Or you have to activate it yourself?
I think you just have him automatically do it.
Okay. So
you could maybe have a button that
so in the middle of getting wrecked.
Yeah, or maybe it's like if you want to get weird.
You think he's gonna go more than Super Saiyan is where you want to. I love Super Saiyan 2. 3 looks stupid. I love it. I love it though. It looks stupid. The eyebrows. Just give him eyebrows. But no, you ended a Super Saiyan.
Because all the hair grew on his head. Listen, I just think that moment came out of nowhere, so I always have a nostalgia for it.
I got no armpit hair now because I'm Super Saiyan 3.
Hey, you got to shave for the ladies.
Okay. Okay, well, my pick. That's a good idea. That's usually when he does it, when he's kind of down on when he's like getting beat, that's when he turns Super Saiyan. So that's good. Have him get beat. I don't think you should turn automatically. I think it still has to be activated by you.
I think that would be a better call, but
and maybe him getting beat could also be part of the percentage. Like the percentage fills up quicker when he's getting beat up.
I mean, yeah, there's mechanics to play with. What would his other moves be? What was his up B? Instant transmission.
We didn't talk about this all with your characters. I wasn't ready. Didn't.
Okay, well, I've got ideas, and I would be interested in hearing some of yours. I think up B is instant transmission.
Okay, that's good. Yeah,
I think
that's down B.
Neutral is Kamehameha.
Yep.
I think down B is charging a Spirit Bomb, and you charge it throughout. You can charge it throughout the match. I think he has another charge. I think Ultra Instinct is his final smash.
Oh, okay. So you're changing it up. Yeah. Okay.
But if not that,
what does the Spirit Bomb look like when it gets filled? Does it just hit like a fourth of the stage or something?
I ain't Sakurai. He can figure this out. Get to work, dude.
Like you're asking me for it.
I think it would probably closer to that Spirit Bomb he used on Gorilla Vegeta or Uzaru Vegeta. That's more like handheld. Or you could just make it bigger, because otherwise it doesn't work unless it's a final smash. But I think it also works as a down B that you charge, and it's not humongous, but it's sizable enough that it's big but easy to dodge.
Okay.
And his side B, any ideas?
Doesn't he have that? What is that called? Dragon Fist?
Yeah, there's something like the dragon comes out when he punches.
Yeah, that could be something that he can like.
It kind of looks like Terry's Ollie.
You can charge that up, so if you hold,
he's a lot of charge.
Yeah, well, I mean that's literally all of Dragon Ball Z is them charging up.
Not in Kai. They cut a lot of. There's like several hours of cut out.
Now I'm about to turn Super Saiyan 3. that definitely shaved off 14 minutes.
Oh, God.
But anyways,
Seen them.
yeah, I wasn't really prepared to discuss his full moveset.
I just got excited because it would be a cool idea.
It just ain't happening.
I don't want it because it opens up a can of worms that I think should be left alone.
Sakurai himself has said this is the ultimate video game crossover in history. I'm pretty sure he said that. I might be wrong.
It is, right. Regardless of his quote.
Why not just make it the ultimate crossover in history? It doesn't have to be limited.
Okay, well, that's so vague. Vampire Diaries.
Here's Edward Cullen.
That's not...
Watch him catch his apple.
That's Twilight.
I know. I'm just
throwing
another one out there. Yeah.
Okay, we've talked about... Okay. Did you put Harry Potter on your list?
Oh, God,
we had that conversation once. We had the most...
That's my 6th pick.
Okay.
Because you know he's going to be like, there's actually 7 fighters on this list.
Because we did have that amazing phone call where we talked about how Harry Potter would work.
Okay. We'll talk about Harry Potter at the end.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
That was you got me way too excited with the ideas we were throwing at each other that day.
I could hear your excitement through the phone. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Dang it! I should have put Harry Potter on here.
My Goku has a spirit bomb as the final.
Okay, no, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Yep.
All right, my next pick. I'm thinking. I'm not sure who to end up. Okay, here's the one you probably predicted. Objection. Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
Phoenix Wright.
That one's doable.
People always say it's not, but he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
He's doable. He's
have him attack with speech bubbles. He can. That's what they did in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They had him fight with evidence, and when he'd go, one of his projectiles was like him saying "hold it" or something, and like the speech bubble would attack.
Oh, okay.
I think what would be cool is... Oh, wait, we never talked about Goku's stage. Just say it real quick.
So my bad.
Goku's stage.
I have either tournament stage, world tournament, because that's what Dragon Ball Z is all about. Like, that's when it usually becomes the best at the world tournament. Or you want to keep it easy, and one that everyone associates with Dragon Ball is Namek.
Oh, I was thinking Hyperbolic Time Chamber. That's even easier.
God, that's lame. The Time Chamber, that sucks.
I'm just saying, you said it was easy. That's what I thought.
Oh, no, I meant easy, like I think that's more obvious than the World Tournament. Like, people forget that the World Tournament is the place because everyone associates Dragon Ball with Namek. With the green, So, one of the two.
Not West City?
No.
Right. I don't want this to turn into a Dragon Ball podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, Phoenix Wright.
Yes. Good pick.
To me, that's like similar to like Banjo getting in. Phoenix Wright or the Ace Attorney series. That's Nintendo to me. Because that was me like maybe more early college, late high school when I was playing the Ace Attorney games. And it was just on my DS. It was original DS, so yeah, it was probably more around that time. And that's Nintendo to me. Like, I know Phoenix Wright has shown up on other consoles at this point in the last few years, but that's Nintendo.
Okay.
And he is one of the, in my heart, I would say several notches below Banjo, but still 1 to 2 on that list.
He's up there on the list.
When people say he can't be done, you can do something. He's got speech bubbles. They did that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He can have like his evidence. Like, I mean, I guess so much of my thoughts on him are probably from Marvel vs. Capcom, but there's parts where like he slips on something and that's like a projectile that shoots, or he sneezes. And that's one of his. That
would be really good because it'd be just a goofy character to have, and Smash isn't shy to have goofy characters.
And
I mean, come on,
you're gonna listen. The music that would come with Phoenix, because it's like
I get it.
I listen to Phoenix Wright music on my own time at points.
All right.
And
of course you do.
It's so like I think so good's not a good term, but.
It's so great.
Like, they make they make fighting in a law, because they really do, like, there's like health bars and everything, and every time like you get like good evidence on an opponent in those games, like they act like it's a fighting game. They're like,
for the record, I've never played these games before. I just know he really likes them. So that's news to me. That's cool.
Every time that you do like get a big like piece of evidence thrown out, or you contradict their lies, like it looks like they've taken damage. Like, they do get a lot out of the fighting game idea with the Ace Attorney series, and there's ideas to play with, but what I would do for a Final Smash is it's got to be something with objection.
That would be the last thing he says before everyone gets killed.
Yeah.
So something, or wait, something with the gavel maybe. I don't know how the game works.
I think that's more.
He's not the judge.
No,
right?
he's a defense attorney.
Okay, never mind.
I think what you're mentioning should go more with the stage. Like the stage is just because like at first like this was actually the part that I thought would work the least. But when we decided to do this cast topic, I thought more. I gotta find a way to make it work. Okay. And there's a stage it's like one of the WarioWare ones where you're like on a table. And also the Nintendogs one does this as well, but like you're really small, and there's like blocks and everything around you that implies that you're smaller. So just do that, but you're in a courtroom, and you're probably because full size it probably wouldn't work, but you could do it full size, but have the judge have a court in session.
Okay.
That's how you get your other characters as well in the background.
All right.
And you have them. Like there's a court battle going on in the background, and every time someone like points out evidence, the text shows up on the screen in the picture, and that could like damage you when you're doing like the hazards on version of the stage. And there's people like with their speech bubbles attacking you, or it's just happening in the background and it can attack you. It can harm you at least, as long as you don't avoid it. And you can have like the judge with the gavel and everything.
Okay.
And just with that soundtrack behind there, and you're in that courtroom, and you're just fighting each other.
I have no idea which soundtrack you're talking about, but you're setting up a fun scene here. I'm hyped for it.
I should play something for you when we take a break or something. But I'm upset in a very selfish way that he's probably not going to end up in this game.
Really?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Possible.
That seems too good to be true. And after
he's not Nintendo, right? He's
Capcom, yeah. And they
got Ryu in there. Ryu, what's his name?
Yeah, but he's so like just a part of that Nintendo family to me that.
Oh, but he's okay. So he's been on Nintendo system.
Yeah,
right? You said
that's where he
Nintendo
originated.
40. Okay, there you go. That's all I need.
I need him. I need Phoenix Wright.
I agree. He should be in this game.
Plus, it's another genre that they've not given any representation to. The visual novel genre is not represented in these games. In Smash.
My pick, Professor Layton. No, I'm just kidding.
I could see that. I think that'd be a more boring version of the pick.
Detective Pikachu.
Oh, God. All right.
So that was your pick. Cool.
Okay. That was 3 so far.
That was 3, yeah. So here's my 4th. This one actually has been a rumor for a while.
Okay.
I don't think it's been a solid rumor, though, but I would think this would be really cool to have in the game. Just based on a recent partnership.
I have no idea what this is
between Nintendo and Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Get Master Chief in this game, man. Come on.
Your wife brought that one up.
Yeah.
Speaking of real quick, I asked my wife, I was like trying to think of, because like I was someone not on this list I really want, 2 people I want on this list that I didn't end up putting on there. Laura Croft and Jill Valentine.
Okay.
And those hurt to cut.
Oh, man, I forgot. I was going to add Leon to this. Nah, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh, Leon would be cool.
Yeah.
But those are 2 that I was like, I want to put them on here, but I only got 5 spots. Yeah. And I got to be selfish here.
Yeah.
And I
Laura Croft isn't Nintendo. She's not, so she doesn't need to be on.
Oh, but I brought this up. This is why I brought it up. But I was asking my wife, I'm like, what's a good, like, you know very little about video games. She's watched me play half of Last of Us 2. Okay. We'll finish it eventually. But
so good, man.
She got COVID, and that ruined all her momentum.
Ellie did?
No, not the character in the game.
Okay.
My wife, she got COVID. It sucks. Be careful out there, folks. Anyway, I asked her.
She made it.
She's fine now.
Okay.
I asked her, what female video game character can you think of that for this podcast we're doing? And she said like a pick that made me sort of proud, but it was of no help.
Okay.
And I was like, what? She's like, I'm like, what female video game character can I include? And she's like, Bayonetta. And I'm like, that's a good like for my wife to like bring up Bayonetta of all people. I was like, that's good, but she's already in it.
Yeah, of course.
So then she made her terrible. She couldn't think of anything as good as that answer. But I was like, I was impressed with her.
Okay.
And your wife brought up Master Chief.
And Lara Croft.
And Lara Croft, yeah.
Yeah.
And Qbert.
And Qbert.
and then Alex Trebek from the Jeopardy games.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't think that was happening.
Anyway, this is your pick, your time.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Oh,
Master Chief.
She did bring up Halo. She said Halo.
Oh, yeah, she said Halo.
So obviously, close enough. Master Chief should, I think, he would be a really cool get for this game.
They need to get some goodwill after the delay of Halo Infinite. So.
Yeah, and then
I've never played a Halo, so I have...
What?
I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm just saying, like, I have no...
You have no attachment to it.
And
care about it
I couldn't comment too much on the decisions you make and everything.
Okay. Well, I guess, like, a brief history with me. Huge into PlayStation, not really big on Xbox. I literally purchased Halo 2 before I even had an Xbox console. Why? So I can take it to a friend's house that did have an Xbox, and in case their disc wasn't working, or if they didn't have it themselves, I would have it back. That's the reason I purchased Halo 2. Eventually, I think my dad got a hand-me-down Xbox for somebody. Okay. My dad has helped me out with this video games a lot.
And I think you've told me this before, but isn't your PlayStation ID slightly based off of Halo as well?
It actually is.
And you hate anything Microsoft. So
I don't hate it.
This is a huge get for Microsoft here to just get him to even admit that there's something positive.
I don't hate Microsoft. I just don't think they're at the same caliber that PlayStation's at least when it comes to their first parties. I know they were groundbreaking on a lot of the stuff.
They're trying.
But I'm not really getting into that right now. But yes. When you started a Halo match back in the day, I'm pretty sure it's the same now, but I'm really not sure because I don't have a Microsoft console. You would start that match and it would say Slayer, and that was my ID. Slayer and some numbers. 1, 2 set. Anyways, yeah, big fan of Halo at the time. Halo 1 was great. I remember playing that at my uncle was playing that, and he didn't like it, but I did, so I took over and I played it and beat it. Halo 2 was something else when that game came out. So much hype. All my friends were playing it. Everyone was talking about it. It was a movement when it came to gaming, and it was the most I've seen people get invested in a game at the time. Pokemon Go changed the game, but back when Halo 2 was awesome, and I loved it. We would just everything playing all those levels, trying to break it, trying to do the glitches, trying to leave the map, trying to ride the stupid Banshee up to the top, and then glitch a certain way out, and just destroy the game. Fantastic game. I haven't played any of the recent iterations. I know they haven't been the best. This new demo that came out recently, good. They're probably good. I heard 5 wasn't. Halo 5. It was very controversial.
People with the story. I don't know. I've not.
The story. Actually, I heard the multiplayer should be good. It should be. But then, like, they botched the release of, like, the Master Chief Collection. Like, something was going on with that. I think they fixed it finally.
Yeah, they did.
Like, later. Like,
I own that.
What?
I got it for, like, $3. Like, the code for Master Chief Collection. I've never played it, but I own it. It's a big download.
Play it. Play one. It's not... It probably won't be as good anymore.
I need to get back to some of the Xbox
just
games.
to have it. Anyways.
Playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, you gotta get on that, too. Yeah. It's a better game than Halo 1. Anyways.
Smash.
Master Chief... Yeah, he was a big part of my childhood. Not so much anymore, but he would be so cool if he was able to be in this game. Then again, I wasn't really planning on this. I didn't think too much on his moveset. But in regards to like the stage that he's on, whatever that first planet is, I haven't played it in a while. The first planet in the first Halo game.
It's like green.
Huh?
There's a lot of green.
Yeah, just a normal thing, but you see the Halo in the background, and that's the cool part. You can have some Banshees flying around. You can have like it would be really cool.
A multiplayer match in the background. That'd be cool.
Yeah, sure. But it would be. I think it would actually be cooler if. Oh man, I forgot what they were called. But like these pods fell down, right? And the hunters came out. Remember those things?
Nope.
Exactly. You never played. There's these weird alien things that have a whole bunch of spikes that shoot out their backs, and those were like intimidating. When they came out, usually it was in pairs. It was like, oh man, hunters out here. Let's throw these plasma grenades on them because they stick.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he should be in it. And in regards to the final Smash, I didn't think that one ahead. You know what? Okay, I forgot which game it was. It was probably the first one, but it could have been the second one. It cuts to I don't know how he could get up there. He was just fighting, but whatever. It cuts to a scene, and he's on top.
Does he have a voice?
He does. He does.
Okay.
It's a cool voice.
Oh yeah, I did hear it in that
Yeah.
most recent trailer. Anyway, cuts to a scene.
It cuts to a scene and he's up in a ship. Like somehow, maybe a ship picks him up and he's up there. He's talking to Cortana. Cortana has to make an appearance. Okay? I don't know what he says to Cortana. I forgot. But there's this giant... Oh, man. It was like a bomb. It was like a
bomb.
It was beyond the realm of possibility. There's like this spiky bomb or something that he like pushes off the side of a ship. And then I'm pretty sure that's how he destroys the Halo. It's been a while. I'm sorry, listeners. I can't really remember, but I remember him doing that, and he's like hanging off. He's falling down with the bomb, like he's hanging onto it as it's going. And I think he gives like a final push with his feet or something like that. Maybe I'll pull up like a screenshot of what I'm talking about and put it in the video. But that would be the final smash. The bomb hits the stage, everyone blows up.
What about the final smash? You're in like a warthog. Is that what they call them?
Mm-hmm.
You're in a warthog.
Yeah, you play this game.
I've heard it, and then you hit you with a car, and Master Chief jumps out of it, and then it goes off the map. I feel like a lot of Halo clips I see are of that warthog falling off of the map. That's Halo to me.
Well, that'll be your version.
Okay, your version is better.
I think it is. I don't remember. I know that's the scene.
And it's cooler.
I just forgot what he was doing that bomb. It's
very-
gotta be to destroy the Halo.
It's very Ridley-like.
Because what the Halo was a
final
weapon.
smash.
I don't know if you knew that.
I don't know. I know
what
Mass Effect. Is it anything like the Citadel?
Mass Effect was a ship, wasn't it?
Anyway.
Okay,
Right.
so that's my character. What's yours?
All right. We're getting to my selfish spot here, but this one makes sense. I could see Nintendo doing this, but I think who I'm choosing is where we get selfish.
Okay.
I would like an evil Pokemon trainer.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah. That's why I didn't say too much on it before.
Okay, gotcha.
However, when I think of someone, do you just get a generic grunt in there or something? You're like, all right, we got
Jesse and James.
You could do that.
Oh wait, no, but then you're limited to the Pokemon they have.
Yeah.
You don't want to use
No.
freaking Meowth. And
No, I mean you
coughing.
could do Meowth, Weezing, and Arbok or Wobbuffet in there.
Nah, I don't do that.
But
No.
here's
Get Gary.
he'd be pretty cool. I didn't
Just
consider
call
him.
him like Blue or something. I don't know.
I wanted to throw a female in here somewhere.
Oh, okay. go ahead.
Well, you look like
No, I was
just
just saying, man.
and
I,
passionate.
the person who I thought was the douchiest antagonist in any Mortal Kombat, jeez.
Mortal Kombat.
Pokemon game was the one in the second one, Gold.
Okay,
The dude
yeah.
with the red or pink hair.
Yeah, but
He was a-
doesn't he
was a
like
fart.
he sucked at the beginning. He definitely was like, I abuse this Pokemon. I don't care. It's a tool to be used for evil. Like it's very cartoony nonsense.
Yeah, okay.
And
Okay, you said you wanted
if you could
female.
get black or white, you get N in there. The one who's like the.
I never played those.
I personally, I think that's when they tried to like actually make a story, and it's about like, hey, Pokemon should be free and all this. Like they shouldn't be battling.
Kind of
Like
the opposite of what you're doing in the game.
no, their justification is kind of dumb, but it was like it was them trying.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I think what they need to do is like with Black and White, they made a Black and White 2. I think they need to do a Sword and Shield 2.
Okay.
And this fighter could link with that. I don't know if you remember her. And I'm doing this because I want another female representation in here.
Sure.
I want Marnie. I don't know if you remember her. She was in Pokemon Sword and Shield. She looks like this. She's like the gothic kind of girl.
Yeah.
Her...
She ended up being good though, right?
Yeah, she's fine. She's like actually pretty normal, and like everyone else around her is an idiot. But first of all, I really want the Pokemon Sword and Shield soundtrack in Smash. If they're not gonna just give, I'll spend up to $10 on just a pack. If they made it 15, I'd probably be stupid and buy it too. My mom got me a Father's Day card with Nintendo. I got the funds.
Okay.
I got enough gold coins to buy something too. I think I have like $9 in gold coins. Anyway,
You're $1 in coins away. From what
I want some female representation, and I think another Pokemon trainer would be cool. You could be boring and get like the champion on there. I think there's a cool idea you could do where, and it's kind of lame, but he uses a Charizard.
Yeah.
Get another Charizard in there, but it has a different moveset.
Or it's the X. What do they call it?
Well, no, you can't because that one's Gigantamax.
No, not the
and
Gigantamax.
But that's Mega Evolution. I mean, then you're making another.
Okay. Never mind. Go ahead. This is your.
I think that wouldn't be him. That wouldn't be
you're right.
indicative of. That's X
Another
and Y.
moveset for Charizard?
I think that if they want to be lazy, because they have to make 3 fighters with this technically.
Okay.
I will let them use Leon, the champion, and use Charizard and put like Grookey on there and his Aegislash. If they want to be like a little lazier, he's like it's like the Sword and Shield Pokemon. Anyway,
sorry, forgot.
I just remember him.
Love the game though.
I remember him sucking when I fought him. So if they want to be lazy, they can feel free to go do that. But in Pokemon Sword and Shield,
stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I showed him a picture.
So okay, but this is you being selfish.
Yeah, that's me.
So who would be the 3?
Screw that. Here's what I want. Okay, but the problem is you have to stick to who Marnie has. But
okay.
I want her because she was pretty cool.
Okay.
And
She was.
So I think you need a small, medium, and a large Pokemon. I think you put her little Pikachu lookalike Morpeko in there.
Okay.
That has like the mood swings.
And it
like
switches
changes
between dark and
like
normal. Or
yeah.
Probably.
I don't remember much, but I want my girl Pokemon trainer that is going to bring me my Sword and Shield soundtrack.
All right.
And then you get her for her middle. You get another quadruped in there, so you put Liepard in there.
Okay.
And it would be like another type as well, so that'd be cool to see. And then you get her Grimmsnarl, that could be like the big one.
Oh yeah.
I think, and that's
that'd be cool.
Representing the fairy type as well. I think that would be really freaking cool. First the soundtrack you get with it, and then you get them remixing some of that soundtrack, and then like the stage could be like the tournament. And there's the part where the crowd gets hyped.
Hype.
Yeah. And you could do that with the Final Smash, or just part of like the soundtrack, and then stupid noise
So
they make
good.
and there's like that.
How did the audience know to do that? They're all in sync.
There was also one part of the song that always reminded me of like the Mortal Kombat movie thing. It was like dun 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 dun. Dun. Anyway, there's a part.
Okay.
It's just Mortal Kombat makes me think of that part in the song.
That's why I got Mortal Kombat and Pokemon confused earlier.
But
ties in.
Give me Marnie.
Okay.
Have her be like a hint
Marty.
that they're continuing with Sword and Shield 2. I want to see some continuation. They clearly are getting lazy, in my opinion, with these Pokemon games. So use the same areas, throw something new in there, give me like an engaging story, because those stories are crap in the Pokemon games. They tried with Black and
It could be a
White.
little more difficult.
Huh? You see, the
They
situation...
should make one that's
I
geared
never...
for like adults.
Sword and Shield was difficult more for me though, because I play with my own rules. Like I never used items.
Yeah.
I also like never grinded. Like I made sure to make that a more challenging experience for myself.
Okay.
I didn't die in that game until the champion at the end.
Okay.
But I want that soundtrack. I want a female Pokemon trainer, me being selfish, and I want that tournament just so I could recreate those moments where like those awesome gym battles take place.
Okay.
However, for the Final Smash, just have the Grimmsnarl, Gigantamax. It's the giant.
Oh, so regardless of
Orc-looking
which
guy.
one you're on.
Yeah, she just brings that one up.
Oh, okay.
I think to represent the Gigantamaxing.
Okay.
And then he does whatever move he does. I don't know.
They
I
all
killed
have,
him
like, a
so
specific-
fast that I never got
She
to
was
see.
such a pullover or pushover that I would pull.
Such a pullover.
Cardigan.
But I think she's got the style
Okay.
to look cool.
Yeah, and look like the evil Pokemon.
Yeah, but she's not actually evil.
Yeah,
but
no,
it could
I
at
won't
least
say
fill
evil.
in that like kind
Yeah.
of feeling.
Yeah, have that as the villain to
Yeah.
the Pokemon, whatever.
Even though she's not a villain at all,
No,
but
no.
she's more helpful than anything. But it'd be better than that Bede guy or whatever. Because I looked at their Pokemon.
Beta.
He's like he looks.
The brother?
No, he's got like ice cream looking hair.
Oh yeah, with the green hair.
No.
Oh God.
But I thought the Pokemon.
I like the water girl. She was cool.
Yeah,
She was tan.
that would be
She's
cool.
Hispanic,
Ooh.
obviously, based on her rules. Who's that?
that's the. I'm showing you a picture
Oh.
of Bede.
Yeah,
He had a cool theme as well.
She was dumb. I couldn't tell what gender. Maybe that was purposeful.
I mean, and they stuck with purple for the motif when Bede became like the fairy. Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. I played it.
Anyway, they just used fairy.
He became the fairy. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
But just Marnie's Pokemon, I think, worked better for the small, medium, large motif.
Okay.
And there's a female rep, and you can imply evil, and it gets me my music.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, selfish.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. I think maybe I'm overselling it, but my final pick is probably the most selfish.
Okay.
one of all. I think it'd be a good pick, but it'd still be super selfish. But your final.
All right, so my final, again, another one that just won't happen. But the fact that this person hasn't had, to my knowledge, a solid, good video game, not Solid Snake. He hasn't had a good video game, and I'm pretty sure there's only been 2 of consequence.
I'm trying to think.
Get me Aang, the last Airbender.
What?
I want him.
What?
I want Aang. If I can get Goku in there, which I can't,
Oh my God.
I want Aang. He had some fighting game that was exclusive only to the Wii. I never got a chance to play it. Even though my
said
teacher,
2 games of consequence?
Yeah.
Is this one of them?
That's one of those.
That's had any consequence?
Yeah, I heard it wasn't good. I haven't played it.
Well, some of
And
the bad
then-
consequences, but
Sure.
I don't want
And
to
then there was the
here.
Korra game, which technically he wasn't in because it was
Okay.
Korra.
I don't know.
And that
Maybe
game-
he shows up.
I was so sad with that one because it was like Platinum was
Yeah,
behind it. And
Platinum
stuff.
gets weird with like their.
It had some cool moments, but it's way too repetitive. Anyways, man, I just want a Aang in a video game, and if there's anyone that can do it justice, is Sakurai, is these guys, and I know they won't because it's not a video game. He's a cartoon, but God, I want him so bad. Side note, which I assume you guys could guess, Airbenders up there with my top favorite franchises of anything ever.
It deserves that spot.
It is so good, and I just love it. The majority of my Comic-Con purchases for art have been Airbender related.
And so the audience is aware. That's a show that I saw on when I was younger, and I would like be like, oh, whatever. And you, Felipe, lent me the Blu-ray set.
Yep.
And
I said, you better
I
watch
went
this
in
as a
being
friend
like,
of
all
mine."
right, Felipe says this is good. My wife and I watched it.
I told you to say give it for
You
those that
did.
have yet to watch it. I say give it like 5 episodes. I think I told you give it like 3, but in reality it was about 5 after I rewatched it. Give it about 5 episodes, and then once you get done with the childish stuff, man, it's so good.
I will say, I did like. There's like the second episode I fell asleep on. I still don't think I ever saw it. I think it was just late and I was like working.
Yeah.
But that show has way better writing
Yep.
than any Nickelodeon show deserves to have.
And we'll ever have. That
Like,
includes Korra. Korra was great, but it's not as good.
there are times I think about that show, and I was totally like, let's see what this is. And I'd often be like to my wife, I'd be like, Felipe said this is good. Let's see. And there are so many moments that I can think of, and I just want to clap because I'm like, that's so like just
Yep.
writing done well, using your characters in an ingenious and creative way. I guess those are the same word, but I just was astounded at how well written that show was.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Korra, even though I know there's like some differences.
Yeah, we'll talk about
But
that.
this is Smash. Tell
This is
me,
Smash.
tell me your Aang Smash that it's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen, but man, if it did, that's me being selfish.
That
That would
be
be the ultimate thing.
Yes.
There would be backlash on the internet, and I could care less because I got Aang.
You
Again, didn't
care
really.
less?
I could care less.
You're saying you
couldn't
could
care
care.
less.
Yes, I couldn't.
Whatever. I mean, I could care less, but anyways. But anyways, yeah. I mean, again, with what we like I brought up already, I wasn't really willing to talk about the moveset specifically.
Yeah, we don't have to.
But of course,
Down B changes the
elements.
element. That'd be cool.
I was thinking that, but then it's like you would really have to be to get back on the stage. You cannot have Earth. You wouldn't be able to because you're up in the air. So you'd have to switch up and
Make
you'd
it a
have to-
tether like Byleth, and he brings Earth to him. It looked
Like
weird.
it just juts out from the stage,
Yeah.
so as you land on his platform for like a second.
Or it's like a.
I guess that doesn't really follow the rules of the. All right, suck it. Is that what you're doing?
The Office.
From The Office. Okay. That
Okay.
probably came off.
Anyway,
wrong for those who don't
that was
understand.
an Office reference.
Yes. Yeah, you give me
you
Aang.
don't want Earth
Yeah.
when you're off the stage.
You can do that, do the down B switches between the elements, or you can just have certain things, do like the up No, I think the down B switching between elements would be
Yeah, this is you
cooler. It
being
would give
selfish.
more
Don't
variety.
compromise
Yeah, you're right.
with
You're
your
right.
with your vision.
You're right. What am I? God, I just gotta be with my vision. Yeah, that would be cool. The stage I would choose. There's a lot of great iconic scenes, but I think the one that sticks with people the most is Ba Sing Se. You gotta have that somewhere in some part of the
Just
city.
have a lady like there is no fight happening in Ba Sing Se.
No, Julie, that's from Korra. Never mind. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Avatar reference.
Yeah.
Airbender.
That's
it
who I would
sucks that
want.
I have to keep saying Airbender because it's not the movie Avatar.
I know. The final smash that I would choose for Aang, of course, him going into the Avatar state, and just wrecking
Better
shop.
than New York because state.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, just him wrecking shop.
Mm-hmm.
Have it maybe do the. Oh man, I don't want. If you haven't seen it, I guess I don't. I mean, it's old. I could probably I could spoil it.
Don't say.
But the very end, the thing that he does at the very end when he's like mastered it and he's he's got that the circle going. I know you weren't a huge fan.
Yeah,
of it,
actually, I was like, oh, that's.
but I think it was cool just because it showed like this is what I can do. You can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Avatar, bitch. But anyways, I think that I don't know. Have him do the Avatar state and then potentially finish with that some way. I don't know.
Okay.
That would be my
What music
selfish pick.
are you getting? Is it just
The whole soundtrack.
water?
No. Oh, imagine the remix with that. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Water. That's me being dumb, but
Yeah, they have
This
some
is your
good.
pick.
They have some good
It's your
soundtracks
pick.
in Airbender, so I'm sure they can do some fun stuff with that.
okay.
All those high energy scenes, like when there's chases or when they're fighting on top of the rooftops or anything, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I want it so
All right.
bad.
All right, I'll give you. You want my final?
Yeah, give me your final.
All right.
make
This
it forever.
is me being. I am admittedly being super selfish here.
Such a jerk.
I think some Smash people would be mad.
Oh god,
I
you
think
say another Fire Emblem.
It's
dude.
not a Fire Emblem.
Oh,
I think some
okay.
people would be like, "Oh, cool." I just think I want to tell you what I want with it.
Okay.
I want Sephiroth. Now let me tell you,
I wouldn't be mad.
First of all, I think the villains list in Smash is criminally short.
Yeah, okay. It's better than other fighting games when it comes to villains.
I think it needs more.
more.
And if there's going to be a big bad, you give me Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Okay. Now let me tell you what he comes with. First of all, you and I can both agree. You and I can both agree that the soundtrack list for Final Fantasy VII is the most stupid. Yeah, it's just stupid. But they're two good songs. I really wish.
What is his ties to Nintendo? Because I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation, right?
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy VII was originally going to be a Nintendo.
Originally, but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
but then there were some problems between Sony and.
But then it's still coming to Nintendo?
No, it never did. But there is a build of Final Fantasy VII that ran on Nintendo hardware.
Okay.
I'm like 99% sure that's a real story.
Sure.
However, I loved when Cloud was announced. That was a pick that was like so beyond my imagination. When I saw that,
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I was like, "This is my life is over. What is there to do? There's nothing.
Play this
there's
character?
nothing
No,
more-
it's
there's
done."
Nothing more to do in my life. Kids, marriage, life. No, I did this.
It all comes second.
Yeah. However, I really wish time had worked itself out that he came out now. Because first of all, he has no English voice actor. He's only Japanese in Smash right now.
Oh, you mean Cloud?
Yeah, the
okay.
soundtrack is criminally short.
Sure.
I want Sephiroth to first. This is dumb. First, I want him to come with an English voice pack for Cloud.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're getting selfish.
I told you this is me being selfish. I wanted to come with a Cloud voice pack. I also want like a toggle. I think they do this in Street Fighter, where you can turn different characters in their English or Japanese voice actors.
Okay.
I don't know why Smash doesn't have this. You can turn everyone to Japanese. You can turn everyone to English.
But not
But you
between specific
but
ones.
yeah, give me Cloud English. You've got that voice actor now. Give me that phenomenal new remixes they have. The amount of times I was playing that Final Fantasy VII remake, and like I would get goosebumps at the like nostalgia of the redone tracks, I was like, I will show you right now on my phone. If you were to look at what I have on my phone, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 Final Fantasy 7 songs from the remake on my phone that I listen to like sometimes in the car or when I'm just at home
jogging
or jogging. I literally jogged.
School.
I literally jogged to a Final Fantasy song.
Okay.
This past Saturday.
Okay.
And it helped me, you know. Anyway, I
ran 4 miles longer than I should have.
I want new tracks.
Okay.
With some of those remixes. I want Cloud voice pack.
Sure.
And we only get this and fill in my villain quota with Sephiroth.
Okay.
And I think, and we're just being selfish here, I think there's other more logical choices, but I want those Final Fantasy 7 characters in the background. I want Shinra headquarters, that building that's like in the cover. I'm sure you've seen that. You could also do like where the final area takes place.
He's already in the stage though?
Huh?
Isn't that the stage already?
It's in far. I want like you on the like the
on top.
On top of it.
Okay. That's usually where you see him, right? Sephiroth.
There's
a few times.
That remake is weird. At points that I won't get into.
You gotta borrow that. I gotta play that.
Yeah, you just were too busy with what was it called? Dead Boys, Dead Island, Dead Rising.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. I will always forget the name of that game. You were too busy getting trophies in there.
Yeah,
anyway, now Sephiroth. I don't even care what his moveset is. And plus the fact that One Winged Angel, which I'm sure you've heard at some point, but the Sephiroth theme not being in Smash is
criminal. It's an insult to your.
It's insane. Why is that not in there?
Oh, I guess as an aside, Cloud wasn't originally in this game, right? He was in the other one.
He was DLC for Wii U.
Did he have more music then?
No, they only had the 2 tracks, and plus, anyway, they don't need to change his look or anything. I want Sephiroth to come with a North American voice pack, and those tracks.
Okay. This
is me being selfish. Now his final smash, I'm gonna describe to you his like ultimate move. It's the stupidest thing in the world, but it's the best final smash of all time. There's a part where like Sephiroth's trying to summon a meteor, and in one of the fights with him, there's a part where it makes no sense whatsoever because he does the move.
Is this a spoiler?
I am spoiling an attack from near the end of Final Fantasy VII. There's a part where and it's dumb because I believe the move can happen multiple times.
Okay.
A giant meteor comes, and it's the longest scene in the world, so you got to speed it up for the final smash. But it's a meteor destroying all the planets before it gets to Earth.
Okay.
So you just see it's like Venus, and it shows it getting destroyed,
oh
and then this giant comet just comes down and it blows you up, and implies that it just destroyed all those other planets, but it's just to attack you. It's so overblown. It's such
That's
overblown,
exactly what Smash.
It's such overblown nonsense. It is the ultimate final smash, destroying a bunch of other planets just to attack you.
What if in those planets it was Nintendo characters' planets? Like you see one of the Mario Galaxies, you see Kirby's Dream
That's
Land.
messed up.
That would be messed up. Yeah,
Sakurai.
Sorry, Sakurai. Forgive me.
You would see Kirby. You'd see Kirby stars in the background or something. Okay. You don't have to destroy. You should destroy
maybe like Starship. Like a Star Fox Starship.
Show like a Ridley ship or something.
Or it doesn't have to include them because it's their own moves. Yeah. Never mind. Go ahead.
Anyway, with One Winged Angel playing as you're playing Smash, and that comet comes down, destroying planets on the way just to attack you and do us a decent amount of damage.
Just attack Villager Man on this. As a bill.
If I could see that move happening to Banjo and Phoenix Wright at the same time with Ike, what is life anymore? I know I said that before, but you see me right now waving my arms in the air. Life. I need this. That would be the ultimate I've lived my fullest life. I'm really animated right now. We need a video podcast, I guess. But
the listeners are hearing the of your hands flailing in the air.
I need this. And now that I have birthed this idea, I've not told anyone this idea. Now I've birthed it into the world. It is my child, and I want to protect it and raise it and see it grow into a beautiful, strong man.
Okay. And that man's name?
Sephiroth. I would be probably more satisfied with a Tifa or something.
More satisfied.
Because
you were not waving your hands for Tifa. You're waving your hands for.
Because I'm waving. Anyway, I'm just joking. I just like her, but Sephiroth would make sense because it's the villain. And anyway, you might need to. You want to cut that out?
No, we gotta leave that in there. No one got this far.
Yeah, I need to see this, and now that I've
if you got this far, comment
feet. F-E-A-T. No one's done it yet.
That's true.
Getting through this podcast is a great feat in your life.
Yeah. Featuring Lil Wayne.
I don't know. I can't do a Lil Wayne voice. Anyway, that's me being the most selfish I can possibly be. And I know it is, but I can't stop grinning because I have that image in my head.
Now that you got that dumb pig out of the way, let's talk about what really matters. Harry freaking Potter.
All right. Disclaimer: the podcast, it's done. Is it done?
It's done. Yeah, that's our 5 picks. That's it. Deal with it. A long time ago, I called you up with an idea for us. I didn't call you up specifically this, but I think I just brought it up.
Yeah.
And I chose man, what Harry Potter was in this?
And I got his moveset. I was like, this is stupid.
But then I explained his moveset.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be a problem because I forgot the moveset. I do remember the one of them.
It made so much sense
at the time. I'm sure we'll remember it once we discuss it.
It'll be like
educated
riding a bike.
You get Harry Potter in this, right?
Okay.
B.
Get J.K. Rowling far away from this. Don't
let her say anything.
She needs to get off of Twitter for 6 months.
Well, him and him.
Oh, don't bring that up because that'll get her fired.
Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
She kind of sucks.
She sucks. I'm sad.
Yeah.
She's did so good and then it's now ruining it all. Anyways, but you get Harry Potter in
now, is it going to look like Daniel Radcliffe or is it going to be like the book version?
It'll be easier if you do the book version. He'll fit a little bit more within the art style that Nintendo has hit. So you hit you get the art from the book or even the art from like the Chamber of Secrets video game.
Do you get Daniel Radcliffe to do the voice? You have, it's gonna be Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, this does being super selfish.
Get him.
Get Daniel Radcliffe. Filch, you don't understand. That one line he said that sounded weird.
Yeah.
In 2. Anyways, he was their friend.
That is not his final smash.
Okay.
What?
So okay. I think if I remember this correctly, and I might be wrong. B, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just shoots like a little Expelliarmus or a little. Spell of some sort.
A disarming charm.
That or just shoots you back a bit, right?
I think because
what is he going to disarm?
They should be named spells.
Oh no, of course he'll say something. He'll say something every now and then. You don't want him Expelliarmus.
Yeah, I mean no, you
because like in
the sound test you could do that yourself.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
I've done that with.
I know you have.
With Terry's. Are you okay? Buster Terry's. Listen, have you ever gone to that sound test?
I have in the past, and then I grew up.
Click Terry's lines because they're such good reads.
Okay.
Are you okay? It's the most like weird English.
Okay. So, anyways, B, he shoots a little something from his wand, right?
And plus, they don't always have to say the spell. Like
that's exactly what I'm saying. So maybe at the beginning,
we commit. It's Expelliarmus.
Sure. All right. Which can also repel people backwards, right? It's not always disarming. They shoot them back.
Yeah, they
Rictus Sempra.
That's remember something else. Is that the one in the bathroom?
No, he says that when he was battling Malfoy in 2 Chamber of Secrets, I think.
Are you sure?
And then he
isn't that Expelliarmus?
No, he said Rictus Semper. I remember that.
Okay.
I mean, he might have said Expelliarmus at 1.2, but he hasn't said that. Anyways, beyond the point. I think I remember the side B was the golden snitch comes out, right?
I don't remember this, but
wait, really?
Continue. Just continue. Maybe.
Okay. The golden snitch comes out really fast, and it stops at a point, and he jumps on his broom and dashes forward to catch it.
Okay.
And anyone in the way gets hit. So it's like a charge attack.
Okay, like Ike's side B.
Exactly, like with the sword slash, but the snitch comes out first as you're charging, and it stays, so you know where you're gonna end, right? Maybe you can control where the snitch goes and be up and swoop up.
So then what's his up B? Is his Accio Firebolt and he...
Yeah, he shoots upwards and like spins.
Okay.
on his broom.
What's he wearing? Is he in a robe or like?
He will have different
Or
outfits.
is it his like
he can be in a secret.
Abercrombie, Deathly Hallows clothes?
No, if you want him to be iconic to Harry Potter, like how he should be, because I know in the movies they got away from the robes. He should be in a robe. Maybe have an outfit
Stylish robe.
No, just the black one.
Just make it a good.
One of them's a black robe. You gotta have it. One of them's the black robe. One is a secret outfit with the gold.
And then he's got like Slytherin and a Hufflepuff and a Ravenclaw collar.
No, because I want more outfits.
Oh, you just want 8 outfits?
Well, you want to do the Abercrombie one from Azkaban? Do that one specifically.
Okay.
And then he can just be in normal clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe not. I think the robes needs to be there.
The what?
The robes need to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be cooler, I think. Anyways, so and then what would downbeat me?
I was thinking like but that's more of Hermione, the Petrificus Totalis, and that like stuns you.
Would that be like a
Mewtwo's?
short range thing?
Yeah, like Mewtwo's.
Yeah, but that is Hermione thing. Oh, I guess he could have learned that from Hermione.
Yeah.
What about Wingardium Leviosa? No, that's still her.
How much more Ron?
Yeah, that's true. He did that. Darn it! When I called you, I had it set.
The Final Smash is.
You remember what I said for the Final Smash?
There's one that makes so much sense to me.
Oh, Expecto Patronum?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You get some Dementors flying around, and he just like in the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh God, that'd be so good.
Do that. Give me. Well, he could do a Protego. He does that sometimes for the down B.
Protego. What is
Make it like a counter. Protego is like a protection spell.
There's gotta be something else.
Or make it like Ness's and Lucas's reflect.
What about the invisibility cloak? Can you go invisible with down B?
How would you?
I guess we kind of see where we're at.
Yeah, I mean you can do that. That in Smash, there's an item that turns you invisible, so they.
That's true.
Just have him do Avada Kedavra.
Everyone dies. Darn it, man! I wish I remember that call because I had it like to a science, and it all worked. Regardless, there's a lot of fun that could be had with having Harry in the game.
Harry Potter does not use many spells.
He should
for his time in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Levicorpus that could like keep you like in the air.
Aloha Mora.
Unlock your. I'm surprised we didn't throw Kingdom Hearts in here at some point.
I was going to, but I already did that for All Stars. He sucks. He belongs in PlayStation, not in anything Nintendo.
He's trash. I mean,
anyways,
I can see why people would like him, but
you liked him.
I liked his.
This is exactly what I said.
Do something.
Yeah. Listen. So Final Smash, Expecto Patronum, a whole bunch of Dementors, Cloud, the
Cloud. Anyway,
several. They cloud the stage, and then he does the famous Expecto Patronum. Everything gets blown away, including the Dementors.
This is the most selfish decision. Yeah. I don't know. Aang was pretty.
Yeah.
But no, we're asking for an actor's likeness, his voice.
Whatever.
We're asking for a lot here.
It's not gonna happen.
Could his Final Smash have Hermione and it were Ron anywhere?
Oh, that'd be cool. And then they get their voices too. You can do it, Harry.
Emma Watson is. I don't know what she's doing for work these days.
She's doing some stuff. Sleeping Beauty.
Was a long time ago. Wait, Sleeping?
3 years.
You mean?
Yeah, never mind. Beauty and the
Beast. Anyway,
she doing something else. Like that movie, The Circle, or something. Anyways, we gotta get back on track with Smash.
We're talking about Harry Potter right now, so I don't know how on track.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever. Sorry, guys.
But
it's over. That was our last.
The listeners should.
That is our joint one.
The listeners should comment in any of their what's their 5 selfish picks.
Oh, of course. Ones that pretty much aren't gonna happen, but like, man, what would just make your day?
Hey, mine are not that unbelievable.
You're right.
Some of the circumstances around, like Sephiroth, yes.
Voice pack. And
I want the voice. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, just let us know, guys.
Yeah. And
so that's pretty much it. Those are our picks. Did you want to try to narrow some down?
I think we have let our audience know where our heart lies.
Okay.
And that speaks enough to how much better our packs are gonna be than whatever Nintendo probably comes up with. But they
if they ever do,
they've been known to surprise.
I'm in a drought here. I need more Smash.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Min Min was cool.
Yeah, that's a solid one. That should have been the finale. I think I mentioned that earlier.
No, honestly,
over Byleth.
Yes, Banjo should have.
Oh,
been.
Of course.
I think Min Min would have just been such an inoffensive pick that at least Byleth was like, we remember that moment.
Yeah,
that was a memorable moment. But Min Min being, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, she's cool to use.
Yeah, Banjo would have
I
been.
haven't used it against you yet. We gotta play again.
We played once. But Min Min. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was when my TV wasn't.
Oh yeah, you played just on the. We both were playing on the dock though.
Yeah, but you're used to
not
that.
on the dock, but like handheld.
On the handheld, yeah. I never actually went back and tried to fix that.
Your Switch still doesn't.
I don't know.
Oh god. Okay.
I gotta check it out.
Well, thank you so much for listening, folks.
Yeah.
We enjoyed this conversation. I am still grinning at my own idea.
Yeah, that was an idea.
I know. It's such a good. Okay. But everyone, thank you for tuning in with us and having another educated discussion. This time on Super Smash. Make sure you listen to our Frozen 2 review. That will be coming at some point around this one.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to delay that. Like maybe putting too much at once. That's something we should discuss off air.
I'll put them both.
But make sure you've listened to our Last of Us 2 review if that interests you. And our PlayStation All-Stars fantasy discussion.
Game idea. Our pitch.
Okay.
Yeah. That was good. Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles.